Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream of today's 13th of November 2022. It's 2:30 in the UK, a 30-minute delay to the start of the stream today. I really hate Microsoft and Streamlabs. It does this sometimes on my Streamlabs every kind of 3 or 4 months. It just resets anything without any input whatsoever. I tried fixing it. Nothing happened. I reset the computer, it started working again, and I changed absolutely nothing. It's to do with the mic settings and things like that, but I think it's all up and running now. It was definitely Oh, that was me! Literally for 5 million minutes trying to fix this here, but we're all up and running now. Anyway, we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're in the 40th anniversary version update. We are in the free now iniBuilds Airbus A310-300. I don't know how iniBuilds have done it, but they've managed to get this into the sim somehow, and it's completely free. This is the high fidelity add-on that we're so used to in X-Plane 11, and I did a test sector yesterday. Went quite well. There's a few little Microsoft Flight Sim isms at the moment. I think it's so many people on here this weekend as well. I keep getting like the Microsoft Flight Sim disconnect messages telling me to check my internet connection, whereby it's absolutely fine, but we should be absolutely fine today. Anyway, we are in Iran for the first ever time, so salam alaikum to all my friends from the Middle East and Iran, and we're flying to Dubai. There's a VATSIM event going on, a Tehran-Dubai just a flight from there, A to B. So it's very busy on the VATSIM network. We're actually flying Emirates for the first ever time today. We don't have an Alpaca Airways Microsoft Flight Sim iniBuilds A310 just yet. So first ever time flying Emirates. So we're going to go zoom on here towards the airport. The scenery on this sector is absolutely stunning, spectacular over Iran. Really nice, all desert, but lots of high terrain here. I mean, the elevation here at Tehran's, well, this is their second international airport, Imam Kouani International Airport. That's my best pronunciation. Really, really nice. And flight time should be about 1 hour 40 minutes. We are minus 4 hours live time, so we can enjoy the scenery here without pressing any buttons. It's brought up the weight and balance tab. I didn't do anything. But there we are. Here is the beautiful Airbus A310-300 by iniBuilds, completely free to download. We've got all the bags being loaded. We've got fuel trucks arriving, all ready to service us here. We'll get the doors open, get the passengers boarded as well. We're going to take a full load of passengers today. We are live weather. Very nice here. It's about 16 degrees Celsius due to the elevation. Very warm in Dubai as well, so very nice sector today. The quality of this add-on, I mean, you can tell it's an old aeroplane. Look at all the wear and tear on this thing. You've got lots of weathering as well. I mean, look at this. And don't forget, it doesn't look quite so good here on with the streaming software. Always makes it look not quite so good. But you can see, look, the engine's just windmilling beautifully here as well. And yeah, this aircraft we've flown loads of times in X-Plane 11. As I said, I did do a test sector, and all went quite well. Just before I jump in, though, let's see who we have in chat here. Dante, hope you're doing well. Morning all. A310 is fantastic. Happy update. Hope you're doing well. Scott Morgan, any upcoming updates with additional engine options? Oh, I see iniBuilds is here. Hello, iniBuilds. I've partnered with them several times. I'd say I do a giveaway of this aircraft, but I don't need to. It's completely free if you own Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is pretty cool. Rayman, I hope you're doing well between Flight Deck Sim, Captain Canada V1 simulations. SU11, ini A310, I'm losing my mind. I think every stream is streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator this weekend, which is pretty cool. Loads of people here. It's a Sunday evening. I've been at work today, guys. I actually was in a hotel last night. Jim and I were called off standby to go ferry some empty aircraft around. So we ferried an empty aircraft, overnighted, brought it back to the home base today. Lots of low visibility procedures in the UK today, so we did a Cat 3 approach. Well, the computer did it at least anyway. Jim and I watched with amazement, but a little tired perhaps. I got up at about 4 o'clock this morning, but we should be good for the rest of the day. Anyway, let's jump on into the cockpit. It's completely cold and dark. I've not done anything at all. I was all set up ready to go 45 minutes ago. Aircraft pre-fueled, preload. I just haven't had time with the Streamlabs issues to get everything set up again, so it will be perhaps a little bit of a longer setup whilst we get everything going. Oh, it goes without saying, because we are, well, an Airbus, but it has a yoke. Look, I've got a yoke cam all up and ready to go. You can see it's all synced up and working quite nicely, which is really, really cool. And let's see if we can hopefully butter into Dubai later. Right then, so let's get the show on the road. So battery is on, external power is connected, and because I've reset my PC, I've lost my little PDF for the setup. I follow the iniBuilds manual. They have a really nice sort of checklist for you to follow to make sure the aircraft is all set up and configured correctly. So let me just open that in the background. Oh, look. Have a look at what else I've got installed, guys. I have the brand new Navigraph Update 8 installed. Now, this is really, really quite cool. I think it's one of the best utilities you could possibly get for the simulator. You know, it is payware. You have to pay, what was it, 10 euros a month or something like this, but have a look at that. That is our routing with our expected SID, but look how you can move the mouse around and make it 3D and interactive. And not only that, you can zoom right in onto the airport to see your stand numbers, the taxiways. Really, really cool. They've got VFR charts as well. Really pleased with this. You know, I'm not affiliated or sponsored by Navigraph at all. I pay like you do for this service as well, but it is an awesome service. You see our expected arrival there. Look, it's completely 3D. Very, very nice there. So anyway, we'll return to our aircraft. I'm still getting used to all the buttons here. How do you quickly get to your aeroplane? Is it that button? No, I think that's just your facing north here. Well, anyway, we'll zoom on in back towards where we are, but I'll be referring to this throughout the sector. It's an awesome utility, and I do have the Navigraph charts overlay now. Unfortunately, I don't think the update's available in the overlay yet, but we've got it there anyway to refer to, because I keep forgetting to close Navigraph sometimes there. ADS Legends, thanks for your 15 months as a member. I asked a flight attendant to change my seat because of a crying baby next to me. It turns out you can't do that if the baby is yours. ADS Legends, that's ridiculous. What a comment. Thank you very much for your continued support as a member, though. Thanks. Excellent. Ali Leo, watching you from Iran. Hello. Salam alaikum to you. Hope you're doing well, Will. And Ivor's here too. Greetings from Norway to everyone. Superb. Right, so we've only put the ground power on. Let's carry on with the rest of this setup here. We verify the reverse levers are stowed, which they are. Fuel levers are off. Weather radar is off, which is down here, if I remember rightly. There it is. So system is off. We've got the tilt to +5, and that is all set and checked. So we'll put the IRS mode selectors up to nav. We'll go all the way up here. Now I'm sort of going to just do a panel scan to get the aircraft sort of set up quickly here. There is a specific order in the checklist, but working from left to right. IRS to align. It should probably take about 8 minutes here. System wise, we'll put the flight recorder to ground control. All these are normal lights on because we don't have any electrical or hydraulic power. We won't turn the electric hydraulic pumps on. For startup, we have sufficient pressure. Seatbelt signs on. No smoking sign. We'll put to auto. We can check the AC DC metering panel, all those sort of things there. So if you go to external power, look, you can see we have 115 volts at 400 hertz, standard pressure sitting at the electrical settings. Let's do the fire test. We've got loop A, loop B. Now in X-Plane you used to be able to move your head down whilst pushing the button down, which you can't do in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is a bit of a pain. But there's the engine 1 tested. Let's do the APU fire test. Loop A and B checked, and engine 2, loop A, loop B, that's tested too. Perfect, electrical power is all configured. We can put the pitch trim, ATS, I think we got to wait for the IRS alignment if I remember rightly, so that's all done. Lighting, we'll put nav and logo to 1. Fuel, we shall put all the fuel pumps on because it's an Airbus. There we go. Trim tanks on. We need to fix the fuel anyway because it's still in the saved state. Low pressure supply switch is extinguished. Probe and window heat can come on, basically so there's no white lights. We're using pressurization system 1. We won't use manual pressurization, no thanks. Temperatures are all set and that's all looking good. We'll test the annunciator. Oh, only does it once. Again, in the X-Plane one, it keeps repeating. Anyway, we'll put that back to bright. I love this one.
Stop rudder input. Stop
Basically, stop pumping the rudder so it doesn't fall off, which is what happened once in New York, and quite soon after 9/11, the crew were pumping the rudder. I think with they had weight turbulence, and they actually the whole vertical stabilizer fell off, and unfortunately the aircraft crashed. But that's why they have that there. iniBuilds IRS for pitch trim. Your dampers should be able to come on without it. I think it says in your manual, though, your dampers only turn on after alignment or something. I'll have to do a lot of scrolling to find that out, but I'll have a look later. I'll follow your guidance anyway. Your damper's coming on. Superb. So galley's on. Now let's load up the aircraft here. So obviously this is like a day one release version. The EFB doesn't have quite the same functionality as the one in X-Plane 11. I've got the SimBrief function syncing in the FMS, which is good for the routing, but the performance data you have to put in manually at the moment, unless there's somehow, I don't know, way of doing it, but hopefully in time there'll be a way of doing it. List them in. Can't you pop out the screens? No, unfortunately not. The screens, they don't pop out. They are sort of permanently fixed here. Domino Mosina says stop rudder inputs. Brilliant. Love the room shear, at least. That's what it sounds like. It sounded a little bit like that, Scott. Brilliant. Right, so we've got the latest Airbus installed. This is the enhanced version. Flight details. I think you've got to sync it with the FMS to get that to work. Panel state I loaded up cold and dark. And we've got... we better actually open the door and get some passengers on board here. I'm all about 100% immersion on the Flight Deck Sim channel, so we'll do that. Go here to better pushback, and we'll call for the stairs. There we go. So that actually controls the default stairs, and it's really cool how it all actually joins up and connects, which is nice. Although the ground crew here seem to be loading baggage into the main cargo hold, but we'll pretend we didn't see that. Maybe that's how it's done anyway. Oh, you can pop them out, right? Alt and click. Oh, that's nice, but it completely breaks my stream, so you can't see anything. So yeah, unless you want to just look at the one instrument, that's absolutely fine. But no, fine for you guys. I didn't know that. Very nice. There you go. So carrying on here with the EFB, we've got everything loaded or being loaded. We've got a little checklist to follow if needed. Now. This I think you have to put in manually, which is a bit of a pain. You used to be able to sync it with the Meta, but again, they might be able to, but I don't know how to. 238 passengers. We're going to take 3 tons of cargo, and let me just grab the operational flight plan. Unfortunately, I can't grab that in there, so let me just open the PDF for you, so you can see that. There we are. So because it's very busy on VATSIM today, I'm going to actually take a little bit of additional fuel. Here's the sector. We're Emirates 4031 from Tehran to Dubai. We need 11.6 tons. Now, I did a test sector yesterday. The iniBuilds seem to be burning more fuel than the A310 profile on SimBrief. So, 2 reasons. I want to take additional fuel because it's a busy VATSIM event, and also it does seem to be burning more fuel. So we can test that along the sector to see how we get on. We're going to take average fuel flow per hour, so it's 4 tons. I'm going to put 4 tons, 1 hour's worth of extra fuel on top of this. So 11,556 becomes 15,556. We'll round it up to 15.6 tons of fuel. So we'll get rid of that for you, and we'll go here, fuel 15.6. And press apply. Just make sure the aircraft. There you go. You can see it's sort of adding the weight there. So that's all loaded, and there are all my settings here. Now I found the iniBuilds audio seems to be really loud by default. It seems to interact, cause a lot of crackling in my headphones. So I've turned these down quite a bit. It's still very loud. So what I'll do when we get in flight, I'll turn down the audio for the entire sim in Streamlabs, and that should be a little bit better. iniBuilds, is that with the profile we provide on the forum? I believe so. Certainly the one I use for X-Plane 11, the same one I use there. It's your iniBuilds forum one. So I just noticed quite a big difference in burn, unless it's different for the X-Plane version. I have no idea there, but we'll have a look later on. If you want any info, just drop me a message. I don't know who it is exactly from iniBuilds, MJ or someone, but whoever it is, I'll provide any feedback if needed. Right, so let's carry on with the rest of the setup. So the overhead panel is all sorted. I'm just getting the checklist here in front of me again as well. I mean, this aircraft isn't the one I'm familiar with, so it's always nice to follow the checklist. So we did the fire tests. I armed the emergency exit lights. I did, although they're already armed, so that's all done. Temperatures are set. Moving on to the EFIS control panel. So hopefully the alignment's done now. Yes, I think it could be. Let me try the pitch trim switches on. No, still waiting for the alignment, because this won't the checklist gets you to set up the MCP, but you can't do this until the alignment's complete. But what we can do is set decision height. No, that's not working either. I'll have to wait for the alignment to be done, I think. Thanks for subscribing, whoever that was. Welcome, Jose Cordina. iniBuilds, we have a new one for Microsoft Flight Simulator product. Please try that when you get a chance. I'll DM you from personal Discord account for PFAP purposes. No problem. I just presumed it would be the same as the X-Plane one, so I didn't realise there was a new one for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I guess there's a slight change in the fuel burn. Right, that's all done. Well, whilst we're waiting for the alignment, speed brake. Make sure that's completely sewed. Let's go into the FMC. So we'll select, do this in the correct order. Where are we? So route, we'll go to init, and I should be able to fetch my flight plan. So if I go to menu, FMS, oops, no, excuse me, menu ACARS, there's my username, request Simbury flight plan, pending, there we are, company route uplink done, there we go. And I can see it's got Tehran to Dubai. Align IRS. Is it? No, it's still aligning here. Probably will take a little longer, won't it? I can't remember how to find the alignment time. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. There we go. Alternate then. That's going to be Abu Dhabi. So that's going to be Oscar Mike Alpha Alpha. Our call sign today is Emirates. So UAE 403. We'll go to the next page. We'll pre-fill this information. So block fuel is 15.6. I need to go to deselect door here. How do I get... Oh no, that's not... Looking at the wrong screen. There we are. So 15.6 tons. 15.6. Takeoff... entry out of range. Oh yeah, put it in the wrong figure, that's why. 15.6. Zero fuel weight should be 102.3 tons. Let's just double check that. Where are you? Oh, it's that one, isn't it? 102.206, 102.3. That's a full load of passengers, a bit of cargo. And takeoff gross weight is this, because we've got our fuel plus taxi. Landing weight 105.5. We're cruising at 370 today, and our optimum is 369, so that's perfect. CG is 29.5, trim will be 0. Now I'm not sure how to get a refined trim figure. In the X-Plane version and the EFB, you had the ability to load all or sync all the information. It gave me different figures, but it seems to always stay on 0% trim for me. And when I took off on my test sector, it was very heavy in pitch. So again, this is probably a lack of knowledge on my behalf with the Microsoft Flight Sim version. I'm just using as I would with the X-Plane version. Right, so the performance is done there. We'll do the routing now. So flight plan, departures. In fact, just before we do that, I want to get the clearance. Yes, iniBuilds, I do have a bit of feedback. I have the Logitech radio tuning panel. It is not working at all. If you load up from cold and dark, it doesn't work, but if you load into the sim with engines running on the runway, the Logitech radio tuning panel does work. Bizarrely, if you're cold and dark and select the panel state for engine running, the Logitech radio tuning panel just is completely dead. So it's going to be a real pain on VATSIM today, because I'm going to have to manually fix this. And annoyingly, the transfer switch button, every time you try and push it, it releases the parking brake. So you know, if you've got the parking brake set, the only way to change the frequency is to release the parking brake, but I just can't get the radio tuning panel to work, unfortunately. Right, so let's do this here. V pilot. Looks like the alignment's complete, so I can now turn on the pitch trim, which gives me the flight control panel. Oh, look at that, I'm basically an A310 expert. Right, let's try VATSIM now. So we've got core tower's going to be busy 118.7. Let's try tune that up. Good news is I don't actually need to press the button, I can just tune it here, and that is the active frequency. I hear people.
Qatari 18 Golf, you're cleared to destination at 5 for the India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha departure, runway 29 right, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 5554.
It's a bit of a tricky click box, yeah it is. I mean, they're having to keep to the design of the aircraft, and obviously they need to for the parking brake. But I could just simply check set the frequency here.
7,000 feet, squawk 5554 for Qatari 18 Golf.
Strange trade tables. Yeah, look, trade tableless.
Qatar 18 Golf, readback is correct.
Tower, very good day. It's Emirates 4031. Copy latest with information and departure clearance to Dubai, please. I have no idea what stand this is on because I had to change stands. Hopefully my flight plan's still filed.
Emirates 4031, you're clear to destination as filed for the India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha departure, runway 29 right, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 5536.
Cleared to Dubai off the India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha, runway 29 right, climb 7,000 feet, squawk 5566, Emirates 4031. I think that was the SID, I've not seen that SID.
Emirates 4031, readback is correct.
Perfect, so we've got the clearance, guys, so we'll set 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet is set here. In fact, I think if you push that, if I remember, or push it in, there you go, you set 1,000 foot increments. So 7,000 feet set, we'll set the squawk before I forget to not set it. So that's 5566. Probably not how it works in real life, but we've got it set now, 5566. Now, the SID we've just gotten is something completely different. So let me just go here to Navigraph. You're going to enjoy me trying to get this all set up again. So Navigraph, how do I change the SID? So, edit. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, I'm pressing the red X, but it won't let me close it. I don't want to clear it. Alright, well, that's probably a little bug. Anyway, we'll press done for now. So let's select the charts. Open charts. And SID. He cleared us on. I read back India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha. There we go. So in India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha, we'll pin. And it is just simply 29 right. On runway heading, climb 7,000 feet, expect vectors. That's much better than the SID I was expecting, so climb to maintain 7,000. Superb. Right, so let's now go in here. Nav accuracy upgraded. So, departures or flight plan. Oscar India India Echo. SID. It'll be runway 29 right, which is the most northerly runway, and India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha. Insert. We've got vector. Now I wonder if I should clear the discontinuity. I think I should. So what I'll do is kind of put clear. Not allowed. Get rid of the vector. What I'm going to do is get rid of the vector. Get rid of the top. Pseudo point not allowed. There we are. So what I'm going to do is push heading select for departure, not nav, and then just maintain runway heading, and then eventually we'll get hopefully direct to India Kilo Alpha or Eggvale. Eggvale's our first en route waypoint, so we'll just leave it in Eggvale in the FMS. So that's sorted. Rest is in. We'll go here to the arrivals. I'll catch up with chat 2 seconds, guys. Just want to keep the show on the roads. I'm going to put in, I think, 30 left. I'm unfamiliar with Dubai. They're landing on the northwesterly runways. The arrival of VUTEP 3 Lima. VUTEP 3 Charlie 3 Delta. Maybe there isn't a VUTEP 3 Lima 30 left. I'm just going to put 3 Charlie for now. We'll insert that. Check for any discontinuities. Looks good to me. There we are. We can fine tune that later. Squawk 5536. What did I put? 5566. Thank you. Just testing you. So, excellent. So, we'll finish setting this up here. 7,000 feet, runway QDM. Let's go to the old school Navigraph charts, which are on here. There we are. It is 284. 284. I think we just need to do the performance now. Now, I don't know if iniBuilds are still here. Yamato, I love that air I've used in the screens and all around the cockpit, by the way. Wrong squawk. Oh, got it, yeah, I fixed it. how do you sync the EFB with your Navigraph or SimBrief account? I couldn't see how. I don't think it has full synchronization yet. In the EFB, you can select your SimBrief username profile in here, though, and it did sync with the OFP. Now, if I go to the performance, you've got to do everything manually at the moment. I don't even know how to get the runway takeoff. Oh no, I think there it is, 4196. Now, I think as long as you've put your SimBrief flight plan in the EFB, it allows you to select the takeoff run available, which is a huge long runway here, 4,196 metres. But this, you do unfortunately have to type in manually at the moment, so I read on Discord. So 284 is the runway QDM. Surface wind, let me just check with Navigraph, because you could do this now. Let me get this here, close this chart. Which is really cool. You can press, I think it's this, and then go to weather. Where are you? Well, it gives you all the wind information, but I want the actual weather. Hide. Information. Weather. There you go. So you can actually get the METAR through Navigraph if you want to. So that's what I'm reading right now on the second screen. So surface wind is 3406. 3406. Outside air temperature is now 14 degrees. QNH is 1021. Takeoff weight. What was it? Next page. Block 038 takeoff. We'll go with that one. 117.5. It'll most likely be less because we'll burn our taxi fuel. 117.5. Flaps we'll use flaps up, slats. No, flaps 15, slats up, or no, slats 15, flaps up, anti-ice off, air conditioning on, and calculate. So that's given us a huge discrepancy here between, I don't know if these speeds of, I don't know, might be, but V1 and VR 135, and then a massive jump to V2. So I don't know why there's such a discrepancy there, but I'll go with it. And I don't think we can sync these yet, so I'm going to go to V speed to takeoff approach. So V1, 135, 135. Now, on my test sector, I couldn't enter VR. Oh, it's working now. There we go. I don't know why I didn't work on my test sector. 135, 135, V2, 170. 170. I'll push that in to preset it, and then I'll we'll accelerate to 250 knots. I love that clicking sound. Perfect. Decision height -5, -5. We'll have constraints on. Well, actually, we'll go airport because it's old. You can only have one. Perfect. Elevation 60 feet in Dubai, so we'll just set 100 feet here. I think, guys, we're all pretty much good here. ILS frequency we'll set later on. I think we'll get the APU up and running, and then I'll see if I've forgotten anything. Start. What is V2 again? V2 is your takeoff safety speed. So it's you've got to maintain that speed in the event of an engine failure. If you fly slower than that, you might have be below something called oh my god, not VMCG, the other one. Oh, my mind's gone blank. I'm very tired today. Essentially, V2 is your takeoff safety speed. Fly slower than that, you might not have enough rudder authority or control authority to maintain control of the aircraft, so you want to always make sure you're above VMCA. That was what I was looking for, not VMCG. Oh yeah, flex temperature. I do need to set, which was 56, I believe. Otherwise, we'll be out of here like a hell. 53 degrees, so 53. It's good to be back in the iniBuilds. We've not flown in ages. You know, first time in Microsoft Flight Simulator. 53 degrees, 97.3 is set. Now, when I start the APU, it does take a long time, and if I select APU, even though I started it a while back, look, it's only just started powering up now. I thought it was a bit of a... yeah, thanks guys, VMCA. There we go. MGS, check once V2 in FMC. I'm not sure if there was something wrong. Let me have a look here. Yeah, 170, it's set. But it did... Speeds is a huge jump there. Right, anyway, we better get all the ground power disconnected. Small queue at the whole point, but that is expected on this busy VATSIM event. Being the default airport, I cannot remember exactly what the stand is. The Microsoft Flight Sim stand numbers didn't match the chart, unfortunately. Right, let's now disconnect everything. So better pushback. Or actually, sorry, ambitious pilots pushback. So catering we'll get rid of. Baggage we'll get rid of. Stairs we'll get rid of. They're all driving away. We'll close all the doors. Love the Emirates livery, it's very clean. So, doors. No. Last one there. Right, close all. And the AP should be running. Oh no, not available yet. Well, it says available in blue. And if I remember rightly, it would say available here. Let me just disconnect the ground power, see what happens. Okay. Doesn't seem to have lost anything, so that's all good. So we'll disconnect the GPU. Perfect. We're on the AP event. Yes, Blue God PC. They did have. Well, they had A310s or A300s, but if you look on Google, you can certainly see. I had a look, and they had definitely some version of the A300 or A310. We should have been airborne half an hour ago. But sorry about those issues at the start. It's just Streamlabs being Streamlabs. Right, I think we're good to go. Available is on the start button. Ah, so there's no available button on the APU generator switch. Okay. Got it. Right, let me quickly run through this checklist. So we've done that. FMC. Before start checklist then, signs, seatbelt signs are on, no smoking signs are on, nav radios are set, takeoff warning checked. I think there might be a button for that. Yeah, there we are. So it'll moan at me, and it'll probably could be parking brakes set or something. Slats, there we are, so I think it's just to test the system. It's got all that amazing goodness from X-Plane 11. They've done a great job. I don't know if porting it is the right word, but certainly building it in the sim. Yeah, it seems to be working really, really nicely. Right, let's go to doors, make sure they're all closed, and then we'll request push and start. All green. Superb. Yes, it was the A310-300. Oh, very cool. There is now working weather radar, says Ilias. That's awesome. Really cool. Right, let me get push and start in, guys. Well, bearing in mind we started half an hour late, 32 minutes to get things set up's not bad. Let me just turn up the volume. Oh my god. He's loud.
Emirates 501, please move the mic further from your mouth. And were you requesting taxi?
Yes, requesting taxi to runway 29 right.
Taxi to holding point 29 right, uniform November.
Can you sync altimeters? Yes, they are all synced.
Taxi to holding point via uniform number Emirates 809.
Alright, let me just work out what stand I'm on first, guys. So maybe I could do this with the cool Navigraph zoom in feature. Ooh, maybe not. I think I'm on stand 102. Yeah, second from the left. We'll go 102. Near the VIP pavilion, I'll have you know.
Got about 1928, reach your pass.
Redefine by 52 and Sky Dubai 1928 to Boeing 738 at stand 140. Request IFR clearance to Dubai and 5. We have information Charlie on board.
Got about 1928, your clear
Set this next
destination filed.
frequency.
India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha. Departure, runway 29 right, initial climb 7,000 feet and squawk is 5577.
There we go. Who was that coming in there? 32 bumps as a member. Thank you very much, Martin. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Captain. I hope your love for Airbus keeps growing. If you keep doing this, you won't need gym anymore. Airbus is gym. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for continued support.
Alpha 1 Alpha.
He was loud, wasn't he?
One Alpha
on the radio.
departure. Initial climb 7,000 and squawk 5577 for Sky Dubai 192.
I got the latest status as well. It's fine. Really nice.
Sky Dubai 1928, confirm squawk 5577.
FM 5577 for...
I did have the WASM problem, but it seems to be fine.
Skydubai 1928, read back correct, report ready, push start.
Well, good, thank you very much.
And Tower Emirates 4031 stand 102, request push and start.
Tower 29720, ready for taxi. Emirates 4031, standby.
Perfect, standby. Now I didn't use this on the test sector. Am I playing with fire here?
Air 29720.
I think what I might do is the manual one.
29 right via Papa
Cockpit to
Alpha
ground.
Mike.
This is ground. Stand by.
Because I don't know if it's fully working yet.
Papa Alpha 1, hold shot 29 right.
AP bleed's coming on.
Papa Alpha Mike. That's the one I know.
Papa Alpha Mike, hold shot.
Perfect. It looks so stubby, the 3 takes. It's so much shorter than a 777.
Alpha, Golf Alpha.
Oh, pushback tool does work perfectly fine. Excellent.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
I'll do it manually.
Ground 521, radio check.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Right, we're getting lifted up.
Korean Air 521, reach
Standing
5.
by for pushback.
Ground 521, Boeing 247 with information Charlie, request
so
aircraft
people
to
have got their
Dubai,
mics in their mouth.
370.
Oxygen supply on. Yes, I think so.
Korean Air 521, your cleared destination S filed, India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha departure, runway 29 right, initial climb 7,000 feet and squawk is 5.
I think he used to be moaning to me out there.
Go to Dubai, via Kilo 1 Alpha departure,
Hi, Top 8 Cats, we're doing well.
initial climb 7,000, squawk 5530, Korean Air 521.
Korean Air 521, read back as correct.
It's all ready to go, isn't it?
Qatari 18 Golf, contact departure 125.1.
Who's over there? An MD-80, Iran Air Tours. Oh, cool. The external model is really nice.
United 772, you cleared destination S filed, India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha departure, runway 29 right, initial climb is 7,000 feet and squawk is 5571.
The size of these edges as well.
Get to destination via Easter 1 Alpha departure from runway 29 right, 7,000.
And you can see like the creases in the fuselage. That fatigue.
Read back as correct. And Qatari 187, let's depart for the track.
Look at that. Very nice model. We need one in Alpaca Airways colours though.
Qatari 187, push start approved, facing east, QNH 1021.
So good. Oh, I did see the EFB had pushback controls, yeah. I'm guessing
Korean Air 521, request push and start.
I guess it actually was a proper reg for A310 by Emirates.
Korean Air 521, are you requesting push start?
They've got some pre-save views as well. Yeah, I don't fully understand this WASM thing people are talking about, because I didn't have that. I loaded it very quickly.
East, QNH 102, Korean Air 521.
And it seems to be fine. There is a bit of a cabin, but can't seem to get any further back than that. Or can you? Oh, you can. Oh, yeah, you can. I actually got stuck before then. Oh, I can quickly assign some views. It's very quiet back here, though. Oh, very nice. Welcome aboard the A310. Oh, I must have gotten stuck when I last tried that.
FedEx 909, information Charlie, request clearance to Dubai.
Is this the pay where Captain? No, it's free. This is just default.
FedEx 909er, you clear to destination S file.
Deliveries are in the iniBuilds manager.
Issue
That's what you need to
climb
download.
7,000
Completely
and
free to
your
download
squawk
as well.
is 5561.
Yeah, I got stuck there as well. Yeah, I didn't realise you'd get into the cabin until literally just then.
FedEx 909, clear to Dubai, India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha departure, 7,000 feet initial, squawk 5561.
Recheck is correct.
So we're still in the queue here, guys. What? I still don't know why we've got our pushback yet.
Emirates 508, contact departure 125.1.
Just getting a few guys out.
Contact departure 125.1 Emirates is right.
That made me jump. Sorry, guys.
Air 29720, contact departure 125.1.
Well, at least we're not right behind him.
Contact departure 125.1.
Yeah, it's awesome to have this update out. I actually flew the Spruce Goose for a bit of had a little bit of fun with it. Seems to have a little bit more performance than I think than its maiden flight.
Emirates 980, taxi holding point 29 right.
But I think we should do a group flight of the Spruce Goose. I think it'd be really fun. Try the helicopters as well. He ate the mic.
And Emirates 980, also contact departure on 125.1.
Got Qatar pushing back now. There's always one, Briggy, always one. So once we do get going, take a look at our routing today. We can actually get rid of that because we're not flying this departure anymore. We're sort of climbing runway heading this direction. Why do you keep resetting? No. And then towards the rudder. No, it keeps doing that. It's like, what? I don't want you to change back. It keeps changing automatically to north up. I want to follow it as I would be. There's Eggvale. Well, I don't know why it keeps resetting to north on its own, but from Eggvale, Picam, Imrag, past Sahid. Beautiful high terrain here. There's Dubai. So cool, that
Emirates 4031, are you standing by for pushback?
AFib standing by, Emirates 4031, we're ready to go.
I'm sorry for the delay, push start approved facing east, QNH 1021.
Push start approved face east, QNH 1021, Emirates 4031, no problem, thank you. Perfect, face east ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to make the nose swing to the left. And just go the
FedEx 909, ready to push and start.
Let's get everything configured, so beacons on.
FedEx 909, push start approved facing west.
Transponder to transponder.
Push and start approved, face west, QNH
And
1021.
off we
FedEx
go,
909.
so push back. We try this then. Reverse.
Cockpit to ground.
It's quite good, this.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start.
I'm ground
Please release parking brake.
So releasing the parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Qatari 187, taxi holding point 29 right via Juliet
Start
Alpha
the
Mike.
engines in sequence.
Perfect.
You will start in the sequence.
There we go. On our way. Perfect. Oh, you can put the strobes in auto, thank you. Where is it there? Ooh, got a little bit of a pressurization fluctuation. I'd be concerned if I saw that in real life.
Tower, hello, it's Man Air 061 Heavy at 114 right.
Qatari's going for a little bit of a spin.
Clearance to Dubai, please.
What's your graphics settings on high end? What is the pushback speed limit in real life? Good question, Paybos. It seems to vary. I've been up to 4 knots I've been pushed at. Usually it's around 2-3 knots. What's this guy doing?
Alpha 1 Alpha departure, runway 29 right.
That's quite cool. You could actually, you know, it's quite flexible. So you just simply swing that to turn. Right, starting engine number 2.
Is clear to Dubai. 1 Alpha departure, runway 29 right. Initial climb 7,000, squawk 5565.
And your repeat is correct.
Ed 2.
Corner factor, request taxi.
All pressure. And 1.
Coroner 521, taxi holding point 29 right.
Crank it round now, look. overshot the line slightly. Whoa!
Tango, also
Stop pushback. That'll do.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
Sorry, 187.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Take care, Scottish. Deactivate the doors, sorry, to get the shipping monitoring more things here.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been
That's
removed.
better.
See you at the side. Have a good flight.
So it looks like it's actually stable. Engine
Holding
number 2,
position
starting
waiting
engine
for the
number 1.
visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Initialize cost index. I thought I put that in.
Unit 772, push start proof at East, Unit 1022.
Oh, go 10, I think that's what I had in the flight plan. Hope that causes no other problems. Can't select 0.
Korean Air
Oh, it's the
521,
trim click
you should
spot.
have gone to the left on Golf.
Can't
but-
select the number 0.
Yeah,
There we
okay.
go.
Taxi, holding point 29 right via Hotel Alpha
So,
Mike.
oh, max motoring there. Hold on! Yeah.
Or Korean 521, holding
I was looking at the N2 and thinking, well, that's not the same lines. Can we get a yop in chat?
Unit
Was a bit
772,
quiet.
Stand by for clearance.
Right, let me just leave it as it is for now. It seems to
Stand
be
by for
spooling up
pushback,
on engine 2. Oh dear.
Suburban 145, request push and stop.
Okay.
Siberian
Right,
135,
2,
stop
4,
taking
6,
Unit
and
122.
fuel flows about 3. Right, it's still max motoring on engine number 1. Hopefully this will work. Look at that, no problem at all. This is a new approved way of doing it all. Oh, it's the wrong
Unit
flipping
772, is it possible
bing
to,
bong.
push back in front of the Boeing 777.
Looking good, no problem at all. Convert the Airbus to coal. 737 pilot Airbus. I thought it was an Airbus. That's what you do. You press start and just leave it, don't you? Here we are.
Alright, roger.
Right, we've got 2 engines running now.
Just stand by, you're around there, 772.
Everything's green. Right, perfect. Make sure we got the thruster idle. Right, let's turn this music off in the background and do the after start flow. So ignition can come off. APU bleed as required. It is not required, so that can come off. APU master switch to off. Anti-ice isn't required. Speed brake is armed. Trim, it said it wants 0 units. So we are 0 units set. Speed brake arm. I will turn the sim down shortly. Rudder trim is reset. And slats to flaps, so we're going to go to 15 for the slats. Trim set for takeoff. And then we'll just get our taxi clearance.
taxi.
See the slats extending?
After traffic in front of you, A306, continue taxi Hotel Alpha Mike.
After traffic passing in front of me via Hotel de Alpha Mike, Korean 52.
Perfect, request taxi. Emirates 4031, request taxi.
Emirates 4031, taxi holding point 29 right via Uniform November.
Taxi holding point 29 right via Uniform and November, Emirates 4031. So, just easier to show me on this one. It's going to be straight ahead, Uniform, November.
FedEx 909, ready for taxi.
That's all we need to do.
FedEx 909, taxi
parking
holding point
released.
29 right via Golf Alpha Mike.
Holding point 29 right by Golf Alpha Mike. FedEx 909.
We are on our way, guys.
You're at 772, after passing traffic from right to left, Boeing 777, push start to facing east, Unit 1022.
So it's just the default scenery, so it is a bit simple. But I have the charts open right in front of me on my iPad anyway, and just to show you here.
So Emirates 978 is
Uniform then is, you can't go wrong. Just make a left at the end to go to November. Right, let's do the before takeoff checklist.
Emirates 978, your cleared destination as filed, India Kilo Alpha 1
So
Alpha
flight
departure, runway
controls.
29 right, initial climb
Do that on the taxi
7,000
out.
feet, squawk 5502.
Let's check this out. So flight controls, full down, full up, and full left, and full right. Rudders, I'm sort of using it for taxis, but full left and full right. So that's looking hunky-dory.
Emirates 978, confirm ICA 1 Alpha departure.
See, Fly Live wasn't working on the second screen, which is a bit of a pain. It's just complete. I need to have a full reset of Streamlabs settings here. So flight controls checked. Glare shield is set as required. 250 knots. Flight directors are on. Water brake is set to max, which is there. And speed brakes arm transponder is correct. Squawk set.
Guided by 1928, are currently waiting
Clear
for pushback.
left. And clear right. We'll put the weather radar on now, so don't forget later. Systems on. And that's it.
Emirates 4031, contact departure 125.1.
125.1, Emirates 4031, bye. I thought that was Tower I was talking to, not ground. Doesn't Tower issue the clearances, or is it approach doing the clearances here? We told me to contact 1251. There we go.
S29720, left heading 240, climb 270.
You can select view co-pilot. Yes, yeah, I've pre-assigned a view for co-pilot.
S29720, left heading 240, climb MSFS level 270.
Yeah, I would have thought for Tower. Yeah, I'm just going to go back and double check. Tower Emirates 4031, just wanted to confirm that was a frequency change to approach for us for takeoff, or are you doing departures from Bahrain?
The frequency should be 125.1 for departure.
Okay, 125.1, I thought you would be doing the departures, so we'll talk to them, bye. Well, I've checked now.
Nope, sorry, it's too busy.
Fair enough, fine. So they've got an approach doing takeoffs, and he's just doing ground. So Tower's just doing ground. We checked anyway. Right, parking brake set. We're going to do a little bit of my.
161 left heading 190. I can see you deviate left and right. Please control your aircraft heading 160.
So I'm going to do my sort of own checks as I would do on my operator, just to make sure the aircraft is configured. So I'm just going to release the parking brake, do a config check. There we are. No takeoff config warning. Flaps we've got, they're up with 15 on the slats. Stab trim is 0. Takeoff briefing. The air conditioning and pressurisation is set. The speeds are set for departure. 35 and a massive jump to V2 at 170. The departure is the, what was it called again? India Kilo Alpha 1 Alpha, that's it. Climb runway heading 7000. NADP, the street is NADP 2, so it'll accelerate at 4,200 feet. Any problems? We'll climb straight ahead to MSS, go to 6,000. Go from there. Reviewed. Cabin secure.
Report heading to the next frequency, please.
Welcome.
Alpha would like an outside view. He's just checking with this guy. Approach, hello, it's Emirates 4031, holding short runway 29 right, ready for departure and sequence.
4031, roger.
Perfect. Superstar, I've missed some streams now. Explain 12 or Microsoft Flight Sim in terms of realism. The ultimate question. They both have their pros and weaknesses. Whilst Explain 12 has this lighting and strobing effect, every time I go into it, it's really, for me, a big issue, and they still haven't fixed it. I actually fired it up a couple of days ago, went to a foggy condition, and I moved the camera, and it was flickering like crazy. It seems to be concentrating on other things like ATC and other stuff, but they need for me to fix that. That aside, I do really like how Explain 12 handles, you know, an aircraft in that sim, or using Blade Runner Ferry. That's it. Ultimate sim experience all round, good handling. Great graphics is this sim now. Yeah, it is. It's just simple. You get more of immersive experience, I feel. And you'll see on this route now, I've fiddled with my settings in the displays and improved the ortho texture quality now, so it does look pretty much in every instance spectacular. I mean, we are flying in Iran, somewhere I've not visited in the sim before. I've not had to do anything. I can just fire up the sim, boom, and en route the visuals are spectacular. So yeah.
Iran 733 Romeo, do you read me?
Yeah, that's what iniBuilds is watching. I know, making sure I don't mess up. They're great, and actually, when I first flew their aircraft, I had a minor issue with it, and they were very responsive and helped me sort of learn and get things sorted with this aircraft, which is great. So I do recommend you subscribe to their YouTube channel, because they've got lots of useful videos on how to fly this aircraft, and also their Discord too. Was that for me?
Emirates 4031 behind, depart the aircraft, line up and wait on the 29 right.
Highly departing Qatar Airbus A320, line up and wait, 29 right behind Emirates 4031. Right, clear to line up and wait. Let's do my line up action.
Emirates 980, proceed direct egg
brake fans not required, lights set, so on. I'll just turn them all on. Set, ignition's not required, PAX is required, transponder TARA. And that's it. Just don't want to forget the clock. Now, someone said to me, do not push the Microsoft Flight Simulator assigned toga button. Press the iniBuilds toga button, which is the CPDLC ATC button. Hopefully in time they'll get CPDLC working in Microsoft Flight Simulator. They've got it in their explained version, but that's what we're going to push for toga.
That was for Emirates 508, you stay with me. Emirates 980, you stay with me.
Roger.
Deselect flight control page, thank you.
Sonata 720 speed 300 greater. Right on it, 720 second please. Speed 300 or greater.
Yeah, I don't want to run out of inertia.
Speed
Come on, you can do it. Yeah. A little bit left of centre line, but we'll take it. Right, trying to get a good view for takeoff, guys. I think this is it. It does mean the instruments are quite small, so I'm sort of going to zoom in slightly. I think that will do. Perfect.
3187, climb flight level 270.
Reese, music, I'm not sure. I'm sure there is, but the default Microsoft Flight Sim Toga apparently is not good. People had issues with it. Let's make sure I'm actually completely idle. Yoke Campbell, come on.
31 runway 29 right, clear for takeoff in 340 degrees, 6 knots.
Right, 29 right, cleared takeoff for Emirates 4031. Togas in channel, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Dubai. Standing the thrust levers up now. Oh, thanks Microsoft Flight Simulator. Connection is fine. So about 40% N1. Stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. There we are. It's got very quiet. I need to turn the sim volume up. There we are. Take off thrust indications normal.
On a 62, descent 6,000, clear ILS 29 right, for establish.
Descending 6,000 feet, clear.
So there's 80 knots, releasing the forward pressure. Successfully connected. Thanks, Microsoft.
Atari 87, proceed direct egg wheel.
So again, the movement in rudder is a bit jerky. It's just a simonism. No! Oh! Go away, Microsoft! I've literally, it disables the controls when you do that. God damn. V1. Rotate.
FedEx 909 with me.
I hate it when it does that. So stupid. Right, we're airborne. Pause red climb. Gears coming up.
With me.
Trim. It's way out of trim here. Way out of trim. There we go.
FedEx 909, holding short on
too
November.
much there.
Just remember, you're the next.
Oh dear.
Emirates 4031, left heading 250.
Left heading 250, Emirates 4031. So 250, we're going to go profile. 250.
Emirates 4031, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb maintain flight level 270, Emirates 4031. I was had 2 instructions at once, I missed a lot. I've only heard the BIS bit. Ah, god damn it. Must be very busy there. So 270 set, slats coming up. Sorry about that, the sim keeps bugging out. I think that's because there's so many people on it.
Roger, stop by, we get back.
And flies though really nicely.
S2 9720, contact on radar 135.0.
Alright, it's lovely and trim now, accelerating to 250.
Contact on radar 135.0.
Yeah, the connection issue on takeoff, that's not ideal. I need to, fly live's not working in this. I can disable fly live on this one. It just means you won't get the landing rate calculator. Right, are we accelerating to 250 now? I think we're good. In trim. Perfect. Command A.
Wait 29 right, FedEx 909.
And let's do the after takeoff checklist. So, spoilers. We can.
Korean Air 521.
Disarm.
You're next, be ready.
Gear can come off.
Request 5 confirm line on the leg.
Gears off, packed
Yeah,
on, lights.
You're after the FedEx 909, be ready.
Roger, horseshoe, bastard, FedEx
Off.
traffic.
Ignition's off, AQ's off as well. That's it. After takeoff checklist complete, just check pressurization.
On a 62, confirm establish.
Diff pressure's building, cabin altitude will climb, I think, once the diff pressure's built up. Keep an eye on that, right.
On a 62.
After takeoff checklist complete.
On a 262, establish 29 left. 29 right, sorry, affirmative.
Minimum approach speed, continue approach and expect lane landing clearance.
We are accelerating to 312 knots now. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Oh no, it's done it already. Climb is on. Auto climb, that's fine.
Emirates 4031, proceed direct Egwell.
Confirm Emirates 4031.
Confirm direct Egwell.
Direct Egval, Emirates 4031. I'm still not used to the Emirates call sign, guys, so do bear with me. So direct, Egval, insert, and because it's a proper airplane, look, you have to select nav afterwards. None of this modern Airbus nonsense. You decide when to turn. Look at this Iranian scenery down below. FPS 60 FPS.
FedEx 909, around 29 clear for takeoff without delay.
FedEx 909, rolling 29 right.
Oh yeah, better set standard. Which is... Pool. Set standards. And let's do the pre-cruise checks now. So fuel, we'll do a check en route. We've got fuel in the 4 wing tanks, lights are off. APU verify off, pressurization. Cabin altitude is slowly climbing now, it's around 1,000 feet, diff as well. Set. Release passengers. And I think there's a recall check down here, isn't there? Recall.
MS 980, contact on radar 135, that's
Normal.
135, speed by.
135 decimal 5, MS 9.
How do I get rid of that now?
135 decimal 0 with speed by.
I'll just go to engine. Or is that always on now? How do I get rid of that? I don't know.
Report a speed to the next.
No, I did it. There we are. Chest complete. Anti-ice. No anti-ice required. What sure is. Oh, it's not too bad actually.
On a 262, confirm clear to land.
Let's stand on vision on the right side of the red monitor.
Clear to land to the right, on a 262.
Again, fly live, completely broken.
left
I need to have a sit down and full reset Streamlabs here. I'm just going to get rid of fly live, guys. It's been playing around all during the setup as well.
On a 262 going around.
Oh dear.
Left on the one way.
Korean Air 521, you're not clear for line-up and wait, sir. 161 running
Oh
around.
dear.
Going around, on a 62.
Korean 521 port, confused for lining up.
Don't ever say that in real life. 3027, we're running 4 hours behind live time, so it's about an hour 45, 50 maybe, but that's the full routing. Oops, possible pilot deviation there. Climbs like a rocket, yeah, and we're quite heavy. well,
FedEx 909,
fully loaded passenger
Expo,
wise,
flight level 70.
but good performance.
Direct Igval, climb 270.
So yeah, the sounds I've got turned right down here. By default they were quite high and they sounded...
Continue runway heading.
You get a lot of... It just sounds... I don't like that sound so much, so I've turned it
Runway heading 8 tails,
down quite a bit. Hope the sounds and volumes are okay for you guys though, not too loud. Yeah, we're on our way.
187, contact Tehran radar 135.0 by.
Reaching direct to Egville.
135.0
It is beautiful. There we are, look. It's so cool, this feature, isn't it? So cool. Spectacular.
Left heading. Correct, left heading 200. Left 200, man, 62.
Now passing 20,000. Dip pressure still building. Cabin altitude still nice and low, 2,000 feet. Once it gets to a certain point though, hopefully then we'll keep climbing, but definitely pressurised. Objective trade, is the cabin pressurising? Mine doesn't pressurise, yes it is. Yes, so I have suffered from that loading issue because I think someone explained to me when you load in it should be taking 10 minutes. It didn't, took 10 seconds. And apparently there would have been issues with that, but I've had no issues. It seems to be fine. No performance issues either.
4031, contact Tehran radar, correction, contact Tehran radar 135.0 by.
Tehran 135.0, Emirates 4031. Thanks for the great ETC, sir. Bye. You're welcome. Right, Tehran. Oh yeah, so my radio tuning panels doesn't work.
Good for Seiko 29 right, crown air 5.
Okay.
Okay, steady Mike Kilo, Salu, radio 5.
Thank you very much.
Tehran radar, salam alaikum, Emirates 4031, climbing flight level 270 to Egval.
Emirates 4031, Durut Bashama, you are identified, climb flight level 350 initially, report reaching.
Okay, line flight level 350, report reaching, Emirates 4031. 350 checked. Beautiful. But all that iniBuilds goodness is here. I'm going to do a fuel check at Egval. Remember we took 4 tons extra. So just sort of monitor it there. So looking here, Egval. .328. We should have burned 2.3 tons. We should have 9.4. We took an extra 4 tons. So we should have 13.4 on board. We got 13.6. Actually, I'd say the fuel burn is actually pretty good at the moment. Certainly in climb, but on my test sector I found I'd burnt a lot more fuel by the time I arrived. We are the passengers, no drinks. Yes, drinks for the way. Yeah, the pre-assigned views aren't, I don't think, the best ones. They're pretty good. You said you haven't said how it felt during takeoff. Well, I had a slight issue, Diane Ha, where Microsoft servers are updating and our left wheel brushed the dust on the side of the runway. But general handling, it did feel really nice. I think their flight model's coded externally, isn't it? Not utilising so much the Microsoft Flight Sim aerodynamics. Solid like Phoenix and PMDG. But handled in a similar way to what I explained. But on takeoff, the rudder is just a bit all or nothing. Climb flight level 370, Emirates 4031. 370 is checked, that's our final cruise level. And I found sort of when it goes over waypoints, look, it does overshoot slightly, so it should do a nice smooth turn, straight line. It's sort of overshot here, now turning right. I found that So that's slightly overshoot there.
29720, stop 290.
Supply level 290,
Oh, any builds? Well, I'll take that back. I completely take that back. Our flight model is fully in sim. Well, there you go. I read things, people say, oh yeah, that WASM, they're using an external flight model and things like that. If you're utilising Microsoft Flight Sim's aerodynamics, that's pretty cool.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Pilot Stream TV, no, rudder is absolutely fine. You just have to turn off nose wheel steering connected to rudder before takeoff. I'll look into that, because I did that in the PMDG and it still felt just not so fluid. Yeah, that's not fuel flow, that's total fuel used. Flight service specialist. The actual fuel flow is a needle, so we're burning 3 tonnes an hour per engine there. Yeah, for a launch version, you know, they obviously beta test this a lot, and you know, from out the box, it's way ahead of the starting line. Let's say compared to what the PMDG was on release. Like the PMDG could even maintain altitude. So you know, they've done their work in iniBuilds, and this is the first version. I think updating it though isn't as simple now. They've got to do it via Microsoft though. But yeah, it's all the functionality, all the bells, buttons, and switches are working. But it's free. it's there for you to use. I mean, how many people are using an A310 this weekend? WASM is just our C++ system logic compiled into a way that sim can read. All our code runs in sim to facilitate running on Xbox 2. Well, there you go.
No problem.
Scott Morgan, the screens work as well. You can flick it down. It's superb. The Iranian sun is not so clear, but it is actually really good because it does. If you look out the window here to the left, it's a lot crisper looking through the sun visor, as it would be if you're actually looking through a sun visor in real life. It's superb. But look at this. This is what I mean in this sim. Like, you can just fire up the sim. Look at this. We are live weather, just 4 hours behind live time here, guys. It is dark here, south of Tehran. It's looking a lot crisper than it used to. I'll have a look at that, Harold Phoenix. You need to lower your rudder reactivity settings to 80% and test its control sensitivity. Okay. Yes, obviously having the tiller assigned to the rudder.
909, flight level 230.
But in the real aircraft, well, the 737 I'm talking about here, the rudder does have authority on the nose wheel steering, but not by much, by about 9-10 degrees or so. But it's certainly enough. If you're taxiing in a straight line, you generally use the rudder to taxi because it's a lot smoother than the tiller. Tiller's quite jerky. But yeah, that would explain if I'm using full nose wheel steering, and it's assigned to the rudder, why it is moving a little bit more in a jerky fashion. But it doesn't seem to. When you get to higher speed, certainly in the 7.3, and you're using rudder, the nose wheel sort of floats along the ground a little bit more, and it's a lot smoother.
6909, you are identified. Climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, FedEx 909.
Around bugs are normal. All I care about is the devs care enough to fix it expeditiously, and he always does. They are very professional. They have been in the past. Certainly when I remember if you type in YouTube search iniBuilds belly landing Airbus A310, I had a complete crash of the aircraft, which rendered the flight controls inoperative, and iniBuilds immediately tested it, and they found an issue and fixed it, I think, and released it within a couple of days. Over flight level 240, if you select the fuel page, you should see the fuel being moved from the inner centre tank to the trim tank, and you can see the CG adjust dynamically. Now that is very Airbus. Oops, there's flight controls. Fuel. Oh yes, we've got 1.3 tons in the trim tank, increasing CG 33.2. But yeah, it's very good quality.
Turkish 3
I mean, every
Tehran.
premium aircraft in the sim is. Here we are, 370 at the cruise. One thing I have noted is my cruise speed is very close to minimum manoeuvre margin. So if I go to... How do I see my cruise speed? Or planned cruise speed? Well, decimal 77. Well, decimal 77 here, look, I'm just right at the bottom of the minimum manoeuvre margin. I don't feel... It might be to do with my cost index. Cost index is 10, maybe it should be higher. It feels very slow. Or certainly... Relating to 7.3 here, the yellow bar in the NG is the minimum manoeuvre margin. You don't want to be close to that in the cruise. So I don't know if I should just crank up the speed a couple of bits, a couple of decimal points.
Atari 18 Golf, Tehran.
Proc. There we are. Well, actually, to be fair, the final time plus this, we're going to do another fuel check at our next waypoint, which is going to be at Peckham. We'll have a look there. Cost index of 40 to 75. Well, let's crank that up now, if you can do it in flight. Let's go 50.
Atari 18 Golf, Tehran.
It's accelerating. Ah, there we go. It's a little faster, isn't it? That's better. Dennis wants iniBuilds to fix EFB just like on XP. I think features that are in there are probably limited in the sim. Remember, this is their launch 1 version. It took them a CPDLC there, wasn't for launching X-Plane, I don't think. It was on a future update. But yeah, the integration of the tablet in X-Plane 11 is awesome. So it's a little quicker now. Still, you know, looking at the speeds, I'd want to be doing decimal 80 or something. Better than what we're doing though. Are these the enhanced textures, Captain? Good question. It's the enhanced version. So you've got the A310 by default, but you need to go to the marketplace to download the enhanced version. I think for more systems modelling. I really don't know. People just said to me, right, Flight Sim, just before you stream, make sure you download the enhanced version. Do this, do that. So I made sure I did all that. You can adjust the speed in the tact mode page, like on the Climb VNAV page on the 7.3. You're talking my language there. I thought tact. What does tact mean? Is it tactical? Where's the missiles?
Welcome back.
So you can actually set your speed manually. That's really cool. I'll leave it as it is. That's, you know, we're going 7.9 now. Oh no, we caught up with that guy.
Korean 521, good evening. Squawk 5535. Climb level 370.
Roger, Squawk 5535, climb flight level 370, Korean 521.
It's a Korean Air. Anyway, where are we in the world? So this is all of the new Navigraph. Here we go, IFR high. Not as pretty as the VFR ones, but no, we're entering Class AC airspace. All these danger areas here, but yeah, right over around here. These VFR charts are superb. You can literally zoom right into the road to streets, and then you can just sort of see, there we are, look. Overhead Peckham, we said we're going to do a fuel check there. But again, remember this is the X-Plane sim brief flight plan format, so it could be different here. So, Peckham. 20 minutes airborne, we've been exactly airborne for 20 minutes, that's good. 8579, we took extra 4 tons, so we should have about 12.5. We haven't had major shortcuts, 12.7. And then we should have burnt 3 tons. We've burnt 2.6. So we're actually burning less fuel now. So it's opposite to what I was having on my test sector. Now I wonder, I'm trying to think when I did my test sector, if I use, I think I used the enhanced version. Maybe something's changed since I loaded, because I'm doing pretty much the exact same. Yeah, there seems to be a slight oscillation in pitch, just going up and down there, I've just noticed. Very small, you can see the IVSI changing, climbing at 100 feet per minute now. then 0 and descending at 100 feet per minute. So slight oscillation there, but I've been getting that in the PMDG and also the aircraft in X-Plane 11. Every aircraft's suffering for it at the moment. Excellent. Check out the passenger screens. Oh yeah. Now I know I can actually get into the cabin. Though it's a bit... eh. I keep walking into invisible artifacts. There we go. We don't... Emirates only have a few first class seats in. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Now I'm stuck again. There seems to be a lot to get stuck on when you're moving around the cabin. There we go. I'm stuck again.
We don't have engine stability.
Oh, there we go. Oh yes, we've got some information here. I like how there's actually click spots here. Entertainment, help, settings. ATA 1 hour 39 minutes. Kilometres, heading, ground speed. I don't need fly live, I just jump into the back seat. Minus 49, that's cool.
Contact Tehran radar south, 135.0.
He called me, did he?
Tehran radar, good evening, Emirates 978, speed 280 knots.
Emirates 978. Hello,
He's a
good
passenger,
evening.
he doesn't have to answer
Identified,
radios.
slot available 330 initially.
Climbing 330, Emirates 978. Contacting 135.
I'm not near any boundaries, so...
Bye-bye.
Chitner 1 looks like a great plane. It is a great plane. Awesome add-on. Oh wow, look on the VATSIM map. There's a lot of people going on this route.
Please contact Tehran south, 135.005. Bye-bye.
13505, thanks very much.
Where are we in this?
Emirates 508, please contact Tehran radar south, 135.005.
Awesome. Loads of people taking part in this group flight. I just thought it was a great time.
Contact Tehran radar Emirates 5.
Emirates 508, please confirm 135.005.
135.0.
Yeah, it's definitely an oscillation going on. Awesome.
Emirates 978, new squawk 5.
I've got to really listen out for this call sign. I think this scenery is absolutely beautiful. You just don't get this in Europe, so obviously I don't fly outside of Europe, well, North Africa. It's different. It looks completely different here. Spectacular. Yeah, I'm wondering plainly, because my fuel burn's been spot on as well. Maybe it was issue because I'm trying to think. Did I reinstall? Yeah, I reinstalled the A310. So I did my test sector. Then a lot of people were saying, "Oh, if I only loaded in 5 minutes, probably you'd had an issue." So I did a full reinstallation again. So I uninstalled the enhanced, re-downloaded it, reset the PC and SIM. But when I loaded in, it only took 10 seconds to load in again. I haven't had this 10-minute load-in time, but the fuel burn certainly seems a lot better than it was on my test sector.
Diane 135, landing flight level 31350.
Akbar's asking what thrust levers do I use? I shall show you. I have the Thrustmaster throttle quadrant and yoke all here with my Navigraph charts on my mini iPad.
Emirates 978, free speed.
So it's quite cool. So whilst you guys can only see it here, I have in front of me, and I'll show you my iPad. Look, I've got the Navigraph charts right in front of me. Like I can move them with my finger, 3D. It's really cool. And I have that just here. There's a little holder on the yoke which comes with it, so I can do that and I have all the charts right in front of me. It's an awesome tool. Far better than what we get in the real aircraft. We've got nothing like this. It's about time for Jack. I don't have Jack at the moment. Jack is coming home tomorrow. He'll be on the next stream, no doubt. Huge desert. Taylor, what's your call sign? But Emirates 4031 today. Yeah, I'll try fly live again, guys. Hold on. Sometimes it just doesn't play ball. Well, sometimes in Microsoft Flight Simulator, for me, I need to get a new overlay. And now my Streamlabs is completely broken at the moment. Basically, it's just not showing fly live at all. I just need to have a full reset of the settings again, because now I've got it open. It does this sometimes. Like the audio was all broken, that's why there was a 30-minute delay to the start of the stream. And now it's not showing fly live, even though it's open. It's done this before.
Iran 772, hello, good evening, squawk 5552.
Oh well.
Squawk 5552, Iran 772.
What stream elements, Hayden? I do like Streamlabs. I've always used it. Well, I used OBS Studio when I first started streaming, then switched to Streamlabs. But occasionally, I don't know if it's a Microsoft thing or a Streamlabs thing, it just completely tapped me on about a dozen streams now. I tested it when I got back from work. Everything was all set up, ready to go. Reset my computer, which I always do before stream, and then just that was it. Ever since I restarted it, it just went. Everything, all my settings deleted itself. Didn't do a thing. It's really annoying. Wow. I want to get in a little.
Many thanks.
Look at the spruce goose. Well, there's not many lakes around here, but look at that. Look at this. It's so the landscape around here reminds me of Arizona. Stephen Powell, thanks for the 2 months, buddy. Hi, Captain. What's the next member? When is the next member's flight? Be good to actually be on one, as I always miss them due to work. It'll be in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time on Sunday. The next members group flight. It is in the Discord. If you look at the forum post, all the details are there. Yeah, maybe I'll look into it. I need to sit down and try all that stuff out. Scott Morgan, 512 watching. Yes, if you are enjoying the video, this is preposterous. Don't forget to like it. It does help the channel an awful lot. Also, it saves you to your like videos. You can play it back. I wouldn't call this an iniBuilds tutorial flight. It's just my take on it. I fly this G every day. The great thing about the A310 is the first Airbus. It's more, so much more similar to the 737 sort of methodology of operating. So the automation works far more like the NGs as compared to the modern Airbuses, but it also has those little modern Airbus features. I really like it for that reason. My train LOD settings are 1. I cranked them up after a suggestion last stream. Higher than the high-end default settings, like 160 I think, or 170. Certainly makes it a lot clearer. I'm getting great FPS right now though. It's very smooth for me. Just turn down the external sounds.
Emirates 980 Tehran.
Emirates 980, go ahead.
There we go.
Contact Tehran radar south.
I mean, that looks like it could be for a video from a spotting plane or something like that. It's so good.
Emirates 978, direct to Optuk.
Paul Laley, in your downtime, do you ever go on Microsoft Flight Simulator Explain and do some sectors for fun and not stream? Yeah. Occasionally, not very often. So generally I like to spend any spare time streaming or planning streams. But I have done in the past. Whoop, I think that could be a weather update or something. Whoa, look at the speed. I think the weather's updated. We've gone like to max continuous thrust, almost 100.1. Yeah, speed's way below target speed. Just saw the whole aircraft move.
Hello.
Awesome. The sim looks spectacular. And one of the reasons I love it so much, you can just jump in, go wherever you want. We're flying between Tehran and Dubai, and I've not had to spend hours installing ortho, downloading scenery. It's just fire the sim, just gone for it. I've done nothing extra. Someone from Greece, I believe. Do you know how to do an RNAV approach in this aircraft? I could have a go at it, a good go. But RNAV approaches, yeah, we routinely do on the line. Ooh, I think something definitely. Yeah, look, the wind's just changed again though. Now we're overspeeding. Throttle's reducing thrust. So everything in this aircraft moves very smoothly, like the thrust levers. beautifully modelled in here. Oh yeah, me too, plainly. No, I can't get fixed rings either. Emil, do the circuit breakers work? I believe not. Diana, does this have the same flight dynamics as a 737, for example, needing thrust and back pressure during turns flying manually? Well, I've not flown this aircraft, but I should think yes. Like most aircraft, you need to maintain back pressure to maintain altitude during a turn, or your desired flight path, vertically. Unless you're in a 320 or something. I think that's all fancy. Yeah, I remember doing one. iniBuilds talking about RNAV approaches. We did do one on the stream. I think we went to where did we go to? Vega, Faroe Islands, and we tried an RNAV approach, an opposite approach. It actually worked out okay, but yeah, it is not simple in this. I think we ditched the profile mode and we went to vertical speed. You can fly RNAV approaches using vertical speed as a pitch mode. In the NG, no doubt in the A310 as well, you must make sure you only fly it to LNAV minima. But you can revert to a basic pitch mode. Steve M, not having to load Ortho and so on was the final deal breaker for me and led me to remove X-Plane 11 and get back about 750 gig of drive space too. For this, it's awesome. And you all well know I like how X-Plane 11 aircraft handle. I really do. And it is my preference with regards to sort of how blade element theory works. In my opinion, the aircraft do handle better. But for the sake of aircraft handling really well in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which they do, and getting all this, you know, that's a winner for me. I do like to remain neutral, but I mean, if you look at my content generally, I've sort of moving. I'm not saying I'm no way give up on X-Plane, but the ease of this sim, the use of it is great. Although they do need to fix live weather updating. But then again, X-Plane 12's live weather updating is completely broken at the moment. Yeah, Icefly, absolutely. And for me too, for planning streams, I honestly would say if I was to plan, oh my gosh, I think there's just gonna be turbulence here. I have to, you know, when I plan a stream, every time I plan a stream, for every, let's take the stream for example. I started planning for it yesterday. Probably took about 3 hours, including a little test sector. It's usually what I do when I plan a stream. I don't know if that was for me for ATC though, actually.
Now radar, hello, it's on air 061, heavy, passing level 2.
Welcome down 86.
Climbing 270. On air 061, hello, good evening, identified, flight level 330, report reaching. Flight level 330, report reaching, I'm on air 061.
It was, thanks. Tehran, did you call Emirates 4031?
Yes, Captain. Please contact Tehran radar south 135.05, bye-bye.
135.05, Emirates 4031. Thanks to ATC, so bye.
Bye bye. Take care.
135.05. Thanks, guys. You are my gyms. I do. Oh god, I miss the Logitech radio tuning panel so much. There we go.
Mohammed 063, when ready, descend level 250, level by Orsa.
So that list of it.
When ready, descend level 250, level by Orsa. Mohammed 063.
Terrain radar, salam alaikum, Emirates 4031, maintaining flight level 370 to Optux.
Emirates 4031, MSFS on radar, identify level 370, continue as flight.
That's cleared, Emirates 4031. Perfect. Yeah, as I was saying, stream planning. So this stream, let's say what I planned. So I was like, right, Microsoft Flight Sim 40th anniversry comes out. I want to fly the iniBuilds. Now, actually, I wasn't able to plan to stream today. I'm at work. I flew today. So basically, my original plan. This is life of an airline pilot. I was meant to be going out of base today to fly to the Canary Islands and back. But I got a phone call. I landed 2 days ago from my duty, and I got a notification for a complete duty change. So yesterday I had to position aircraft empty, an empty aeroplane with Jim, domestically in the UK. Overnight, we overnighted in a hotel, and then we positioned the aircraft back to our home base because it had some scheduled maintenance work needing doing. So that made this day available. So that's why I'm streaming today. Otherwise, this would have to have waited till tomorrow. And yeah, when I plan a stream, usually takes this took me about 3 hours. So you know, fire up the sim, I then start flying the aircraft straight away, and then when I get airborne, that's when I do the stream prep. So I start, you know, taking screenshots of the thumbnail, video description while I'm flying en route when I land. So it's usually I do one test sector while setting up the stream. That's how long it takes. Some streams take more test sectors. But when it comes to X-Plane and having to download Ortho, I'm obviously having to download all that scenery as well. So typically be a day's prep sometimes for a stream. Where is that fancy radio panel thingy? Says Owie Mitch. I'll show you. Hold on. Try not to reveal my face. That there is my Logitech radio tuning panel. So you can see here, it's just completely dead in the sim. This is what I use. Now, iniBuilds, it works if you start on the runway in the iniBuilds A310. It's working by default, so it's working. But if you go and start on stand cold and dark, and then select the panel state, engines running, you just can't get it to come alive. I've unplugged it, plugged it in, so something's sort of amiss. Fix my yoke account. So that's it. Yaroslav, what's your opinion on the plane so far? Really good. This is the launch version. They've obviously beta tested it, but now obviously people are really nitpicking and finding little issues here. And I know iniBuilds will take all this information, fix it straight away. The fact that you have, for the first ever time, I think in flight sim history, let's use the term study level, you know, aircraft available completely for free is extraordinary. You just need to get Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you could pour your heart, pour into the manuals until your heart's content learning this aircraft. Every feature button here is working as close to the real plane as possible. So yeah, it's a triumph really. Dahe, you should wear a mask or balaclava. Right? Well, I have a face of like an alpaca, so you know, if I was to put my face in front of the camera straight away, it would be immediately pixelated, so there's no point really. Anyway, past the previous waypoint, we'll go towards Arsenit, and then we'll do another fuel check. Nice drift down here, look at that, winds from the west, 95 knots. So there's a heading up display, unlike the NG, which is a track up display, so we are going in this direction of a line, but the nose is pointing here, look. So that's almost, yeah, 10 degrees of drift there. You can sort of see it. If you look outside, you can see the aircraft sort of going in this direction. Plainly, you have to turn on avionics master switches 1 and 2 even when they're not modelled in this plane. Plainly, how do you do that? That's why we've got to get the radio tuning panel. That might be why then. Is there a way? Is there a control column for that?
Aircraft 2 Charlie Romeo 10 right heading 210.
Right heading 210.
I just can't get enough of this scenery. Cheered the plane's commercial victory for Microsoft. Very clever. Got to take it out one day. Currently en route over the Atlantic in the Boeing business jet from Oslo to Dulles. Wow, that's a long day. But yeah, the BBJ, I haven't flown that, the BMWG BBJ yet. But yeah, it is awesome to have this plane here. Plenty, bind them to a key or button from the control menu. I'll look into that after this. Could we have another public Zebo stream soon, and could you explain how to calculate wing components? Yes, Daniel B. X-Plane at the moment has this strobing light effect, and it's been going on for 3 or 4 weeks now. My last X-Plane streams in X-Plane 12 in the Cross the Pond event, I didn't have it because it was night time. The last stream we had it in the fly factor, I had to switch to night because this strobing is, well, it is, you know, I'd actually have to put a disclaimer in my videos, I think, because if you had epilepsy, it could cause problems. It's really bad. So I'm sort of waiting for them to fix that because I don't really want, you know, a couple of hundred people watching my streams seeing that sort of strobing effect, and it has not been fixed. I tried flying a couple of days ago, just put live weather on, and it was there still. It's really bad, and it actually gives, you know, it gave me a sort of headache, like having it for like 5 minutes. Yeah, have a look at my last stream list and explain. I think it was the flight factor 7.6, and a point where I had to switch to night.
Something flight level 250
There's top of descent anyway. Top of descent, you get a little. Now I actually do have a question. I don't know what these are. It's my lack of knowledge. These little stars. Are they? Is that traffic? On here? I think that could be traffic on VATSIM. I could be completely wrong. Seems to be moving with the aircraft. It can't be positioned like RNAV way, like INS position. It's too far away. Yeah, Martin, Microsoft Flight Sim said on the historical side, the A310, when it was launched in the 80s, had a lot of innovations today it's normal in airlines. Yeah, I guess it did. Certainly going towards Airbus, I don't know what it was the first aircraft to have had. Oh, well, I think Concorde was very innovative. iniBuilds traffic shoes on DVSI, I'm not sure what those are. The stars are. Ah, okay. How do I increase the range on this?
How do I
change the range on the IVSI? There's ASNet, let's do a fuel check. I think the fuel is a lot better than my test sector, I have no idea why. Have a look here at ASNet. So airborne for 42 minutes. Range change. It's definitely oscillation, so we're climbing at 500 feet per minute, but I think there's a Microsoft Flight Simism. 20 minutes airborne, sorry, ASNet 42, airborne for 44, but we aren't cruising slower than the planned speed. ASNet we should have 7.2 tonnes of fuel. We've got 11.2, so it's exactly what I was expecting. Burn should be 4.4, and we've burnt, okay. So ASNet we should have burnt 4.4, we've burnt to 3.4. So there's a ton. We actually saved a ton of fuel on the burn. How does that make sense? Something's not right here. Because it was perfect last time. How could it be ASNet 4.4 and now it shows 3.4? What have I missed? Last time is absolutely perfect, and also this is perfect. 7.2, and fuel on board is 11.2. So we've got the 4 tonnes extra, but the burn's a ton difference now, even though it was perfect last time. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll keep an eye on that. We've still got 4 tonnes extra. The 4 tonnes extra we took at the start is still on board. Yeah, that would make us. That wouldn't burn an extra ton of fuel though, listed in the space of about 20 minutes. Yeah, we discussed this earlier, Duffman. I'm using the iniBuilds X-Plane sim brief profile. I didn't realise they've updated it for Microsoft Flight Sim. Oh, it's on the TCAS panel on the pedestal. Thanks, Listerman. Aha. This is going to be a bit fiddly. Can't sort of see it at the same time. I can just zoom out a bit more. One thing I do really miss from X-Plane though is the default camera. This thing I'm still getting used to. Still. Right, where's the range button? Aha! You only got 2 options. You've got 8, 12, 6. Oh, is it just 6 or 12? No, you only got 6 or 12 miles as the options on the TCAS range. At 12 miles, you can just see traffic ahead. Wee, that would make you feel sick. 1,000 feet per minute. There's definitely some oscillations going on here. So I think this could be a Microsoft Flight Sim weather thing. Daniel B, you didn't explain the wind components. Oh yeah, what's your other question again? Just scrolling back up here. Wind components, you said. What do you want from the quiz? Could you do another public Zebo stream and could you explain how to calculate wind components? What do you mean by that, Daniel? Are you talking about the drift, how to calculate your drift, sort of like if the wind's going 40 degrees to the left at 60 knots, how much is your drift?
Charlie Romeo contact Emirates radar.
Yeah, separates right. Get your CRB5 out. I mean, we generally don't have to worry about that. We're very lucky in the NG to have a track-up display, so you can always calculate your drift straight away. But there is a rule of thumb using the clock face. I remember from my PPLDs, bear in mind it's been 12 years since I've flown a Cessna, where I think if you used 90 degrees, you used a third of the wind, 2/3 or something. It's been such a long time since I've flown that. Fighter. So far, would you say this is even better than the X-Plane version? The X-Plane version has obviously been out for a couple of years now, hasn't it? So I think it's more complete. So you've got all the nice features in the EFB, full integration with SimBrief, CPDLC. So it's probably more realistic from A to B, but in this sim you get to enjoy this great scenery and sort of pretty much its handling. It feels, let's put it this way, it feels everything minus the EFB feels exactly the same as the X-Plane version, and that could only be a good thing. Daniel B, I mean like crosswind tailwind limits. Oh, so if you get a wind, okay, yeah, so let's imagine we've got a max crosswind limit of 33 knots and we get a surface wind. So simply, we do use the OPT. The OPT next to us has a wind feature and you can simply punch that in. That would be the best way, and also our checklist down the glare shield, we have a table on it here, not on the glare shield one, but we have another checklist in they're on AFB now, and it's basically gives you the angle degrees difference between your runway QDM and the wind direction, and the speed will tell you what your crosswind component is. There is a rough rule of thumb to work it out, but it's when you're on a commercial aircraft, you don't want to sort of use rules of thumb because they're not exact, and then you know, when you're hand flying an airplane, you don't have that spare capacity to work out mental arithmetics to work out your drift, so we use tables with the OPT tool.
132.150, thank you very much, have a good one, bye.
Yeah, that was it. 1/3 very 30 degrees, it was 90 or something. It was sorry to a clock face, wasn't it? Oscar, can you check your pressurization? In two of my flights, I've got cabin altitude 0, and the pressure difference is too large. Let's have a look here. So cabin altitude for me is 7,000 feet, steady. Diffs 8 psi. Looks pretty good. I'll check the E-camp on as well. 8.1, 7,200 feet. Looks hunky dory to me. My weather radar tilt's still stuck up into the stratosphere, and I should be tilted far from home. So if I put it right down, will I get ground return? Someone said the weather radar was working with this. You've still got these mystery stars. No ground return on the weather radar. But yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, Mohammed, looks like the weather radar, someone said it was working. There's no weather here to really test it, but I did point the tilt all the way down. I didn't get any ground return. With -3 degrees, you definitely get ground return within 60, 80 miles or so. And it probably isn't modelled exactly. What on earth are we now? Sorry, FlyLive's not working. I'm going to get a new overlay, because it's just never working for me in this sim. Captain Robbie, check out the iniBuilds Discord. You'll get the proper SimBrief profile for both the X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim versions there. Oh yeah, we're over Shiraz, right over the top of the airport, look. Look at at that.
Direct to Orta, Lufthansa H Tango.
Sim's amazing. Look at that quality. So good.
369er contact Emirates radar on 135.132.115.
Guys, really listen out for Emirates 4031 as well. This guy's radio's quite crackly and I'm not used to that call sign. Look how far you can zoom in. Stand numbers. Awesome. Well, about halfway, guys. No bar. Where do you put the minimum? So if you're flying a Cat 2 or Cat 3 approach, you use this here, decision height. You can set it there. We're flying a Cat 1 ILS today, so you want to put an MDA in. Because this is based, I think, off radio altitude, which you don't want to use for Cat 1. And if I remember rightly, it's here you go, MDA. Put the altitude on there. Yamato, warning, expect a lot of air traffic in Dubai. Good luck, flights. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be busy. I mean, I've seen on the VATSIM map the long line of traffic. Mikey, my call sign was called. Was it? Listen out, it is not easy to hear. That's sensational. Can I say thank you very much, iniBuilds, for being here during the chat today. It's actually quite nice to have them here. If you have any questions for the developer, I don't know how long they're going to stay, feel free to ask. Obviously, you can't get a better question from the devs themselves, but appreciate you coming in, helping. Thank you. Diego, there's not such a good free aircraft on X-Plane 12, right? Surely heard of the Zubo mod. Thanks, iniBuilds, appreciate that. Spawn, you bought all iniBuilds planes when they were on a Steel or a Self X-Plane. Yeah, I mean, iniBuilds, you can pick up the aircraft they used to do as flash sales for like 10 quid, great. Mr. Beluga when it had sale, but they were amazing X-Planes, so excited to try this in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, I think this is, you know, it feels like I'm flying an X-Plane. Yes, I need to play with the rudder, I think, on takeoff, but the fact it feels like it does an X-Plane is a good thing. Speaking of fairness, perhaps PMD should feel aggrieved they have to invest money to port their planes over. In essence, iniBuilds got paid to do the same thing. I'm sure they've made it back, selling each variant for 70 quid or whatever it was. Absolutely, Anthony. Just endless desert here. The weather is sensational. When I did the test sector yesterday, oh look at that. It's quite foggy in Tehran. It's nice to go somewhere completely different in the world. Mikey, you're gonna file a report for runway deviation when you land. What are you on about? Don't play the stream back about an hour and 40 minutes. How's the FPS now, Matt? It's 60. Shut the door, actually. iniBuilds, one thing I am missing in X-Plane, when you shut the door, it slams in a comical way. Can you please put that in an update? The slam's not loud enough. In the iniBuilds aircraft and X-Plane, you do that, it's like whoopang. That in itself is worth the investment. Fly Coco, are you running high settings? Yes, everything's on high end, and I've increased the LOD, which I think is the texture quality of the terrain, to 160 or 170. iniBuilds noted. We want loud slamming doors. I'm going to find the stream of that because it is awesome. Gotta love the slamming doors in the X-Plane versions. Oh my god, I just found one of my old streams. Hold on, let me try and find one where I'm slamming the door. That's going to be impossible to find. My first ever stream in the A300 over 2 years ago. 6th of November 2020, just over 2 years ago when I first flew the iniBuilds aircraft.
I think you have to descend in about 5 minutes. When can you descend about 250 level by 4-star if possible?
Brandon, what is the reason for not always using decision height instead of MDA? What if the QNH puts it wrong, not accurate? Would decision height be better? Good point there, Brandon. You know, my operator, certainly most other operators as well, it's going to be very difficult to do that. We have a lot of SOPs to ensure that the correct QNH is set. But obviously, yes, if you have the incorrect QNH set, there is a threat of not levelling off at the correct height. The problem is with decision heights, based off height off the ground, there's undulating terrain. So you only really want to use that when you are close to the runway, so sort of below 100 feet. If you start using decision heights, which is a reference to the ground below, at a further distance, you're going to have a building or a hill, which is going to be less accurate. Okay, we've got some oscillations here. Oh, I think I found the slamming door in the iniBuilds A310. Oh no, it's the Beluga.
Emirates 508 when the DD level 250 level by Orsa.
This is it. So there we are, that's the... I hope you can hear my voice twice, it's because I'm playing it on stream back. No, not that one. Damn it. Oh, we're definitely getting some light turbulence, but the altitude oscillations... I think that's a Microsoft Flight Simism. I can't find it. I'll have to clip it and share it.
Emirates negative, it was for Emirates 508. 508.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so this is an interesting point by Fighter. It's so amazing this plane uses CFD. You can really tell on takeoff and landing it feels so much better than the Phoenix or PMDG. Now, this is what I was saying earlier, and Phoenix, iniBuilds corrected me in saying, yeah, actually we are utilising Microsoft Flight Sim's aerodynamic model and the CFD system. That's why I really like X-Plane. I mean, I know CFD and Blade Element Theory are two different ways of simulating aerodynamics. And I really like how Blade Element Theory feels, but there's elements... I don't know about the Phoenix, I'm not an Airbus guy. You certainly want to look at V1 Sims or 327 Pilot for that sort of guidance. But the PMDG, certainly in certain phases, crosswinds, decrabbing, radar authority and control authority, in flight, it does feel... sort of when you put full rudder in the PMDG, there's very little secondary effective role, whereas in real life the aircraft would snap round so quickly. But if they've actually utilised CFD in some way, that would certainly go in the way of helping the aircraft feel. Now, certainly feel realistic. Now, certainly when I was hand flying on departure, it was quite straight and steady in turns. It felt very natural. So we'll disconnect a little bit earlier, traffic depending, and do some handling and see how it feels. But when I did the landing, that was good. Mr. Nice Guy, are you on Volanta? I see at least 20 other aircraft doing the same route as you. I'm not on Volanta, no. Oh, approaching the Lamborn VOR. Oh, there's top of descent, look. About 120 miles away. Not long to go, we'll start setting up shortly. Sweet. So I'm right in thinking there's not a landing performance calculator yet, only a takeoff performance calculator. Hopefully in time that'll come. Dubai I'm very unfamiliar with, so we'll have to take our time, make sure we're happy with where we are going. A little bit too far out to get the ATIS yet. Oh no, I have got the ATIS. I can get additional ATIS for Dubai. So, departing on runway 30 right. So I expect 30 left, I guess, for landing. Surface wind 2708. Oh, that's departure ATIS. Hold on, I want arrival ATIS. Expect ILS approaches. Arrival runway 30 left and 30 right. Surface wind 2708. 30 degrees. QNH is 1014. Advise aircraft type on first contact. Wake turbulence separation in force. Minimum runway occupancy required. So what that means by minimum runway occupancy, expedite vacating, basically. Caution, possible glide slope fluctuations, dual runway. It shouldn't be an issue in the sim. Oh, you could turn on CFD visualization just to get an idea of the CFD. How on earth do I do that? Is it ads in here or something? Ooh. 3D firm. I don't want to turn live weather off though because we've got a 70 knot crosswind. So.
And 18970, then ready to send level 250 level by.
Who wants to do a group flight gliders this week? Do some soaring. If they've got all this thermal modelling. Did you know I learnt to fly on gliders? In fact, I'll show you my first ever logbook. Sometimes it's got my name on it. And so, actually I won't be able to get that because it's not not in the office. My first ever flight in a glider was in 2005, I think. And I've still got my logbook. Flew a Polish Pukats. And flew solo on my 16th birthday. So it'd be nice to return to what I flew first. I can't remember anything. But it could be quite good fun. Met our chicken, nice. Yeah, I think it'll be really good fun to do a soaring group flight. And I know Microsoft Flight Simulator are now modelling thermals. Are they, you know, welcome? Have they modelled for like ridge lift, or, you know, if it's a really hot day, are you going to have stronger thermals, for example? Who knows? Thanks for subscribing there, YouTube Sulu. Yeah, we've been cruising along really nicely at flight level 370 here, no problems at all. Gliders and helicopters. Yeah, we're going to have our first glider stream, first helicopter stream, and guess what? My last day at work's tomorrow and I'm on standby now. I was meant to be flying, but they changed it. So I think maybe I'll be doing maybe a mid-afternoon, mid-evening flight. We'll go on the surface and have some fun. Yeah, I'm not going to turn that on, Aaron. I'm going to risk crashing something.
Agent 10762, contact Emirates radar on 122.150. Have a nice landing.
That's our next frequency as well, Emirates radar. Standby. Make sure that was on the active frequency. But what a first hot air balloon stream. Well, Dev contacted me and offered me some hot air balloons to give away and send me a copy. He never sent it. I'll ask again.
You are out of my airspace, so continue on Unicom 122.1.
Glide skies. Is there a glide for X-Plane 11? If yes, then why not? And why have I not flown it in X-Plane? I think you're probably working. I don't know actually. I think there is a glide. Hot air balloon on 4 flight X. Multiplayer right flyer race. Hey, I did the right flyer stuff. What's really cool? They have some of the original Microsoft Flight Sim 2004, I think, and ABFSX missions. I saw them and I recognised them. I used to fly them. It was like, oh, trip down memory lane. Welcome. Welcome Squawk, welcome Golkle S, all these new people subscribing, thank you very much, welcome to the channel. Right, should we have a little setup, guys? So, in the cruise, descent preparation, so ECAM memo, check status page, check status, note any landing capability downgrades or affecting approach or landing. So status is normal. A lot can affect serviceability, especially if we want to do auto lands. Weather and landing information obtained, so we're going to be landing on the westerly runways, 30 left or 30 right. I will plan for 30 left. Because I think 30 right for departures. Fuel check, we've been checking that en route, so we'll either do a check at LAM or LVA. And time to program the FMS, so let's go to the flight plan. And let's bring up Navigraph. I've got Navigraph charts open everywhere on the overlay here and my iPad. So how do I scroll left or right here? So I'm not sure. ILS 30 left on a VUTEC 3 Charlie.
Welcome.
And 29720 contact Emirates radar 13215.
So that's what we selected, a VUTEC 3 Charlie. For 30 left, so that's all in the FMC. The FMS, did you mean MCDU? Probably don't know if you know. FMS, it's an FMS. So we selected the arrival. Check speeds on the FMS approach page. Display. Landing then. Minimum speed. 245. That's not clean, is it? VFTO? Surely it's quite high speed. So, no. Okay. Slaps retracted 186. Flap retraction 148. We're going to go full flaps 3040. V approach I think is 136. So that's the actual speed we fly. And then MDA. Let's have a look here at the charts quickly. .30 left, it's going to be 260 feet. Online services are unreachable. Please check your internet connection. Online services will be disabled until connection is restored. Can you guys hear me still? Successfully connected. I think every man, woman and dog is on Microsoft Flight Sim. MDA set. Is there a way to manually enter VOR on this? Yes, you go to here, select a VOR, and how do you actually then set the frequency? I think, is there a radio tuning page on this? There is a way of doing it. There we go. You select radio, and then you can. Oh, sorry, Navigraph's still up. You can then select your VOR here. So VOR course. I just leave it on nav. Make sure you go to ILS though to select ILS, and then you tune the ILS frequency here. So let's have a look at the arrival first. So the star we're flying is a VUTEB 3 Charlie. Make sure we start at VUTEB. The test sector profile mode did a really good job of this yesterday. No major complaints at all. VUTEB 230 knots, 12,000. There's no way to quickly get to your waypoint. So VUTEB 230 120 checks. Lovok 230 11,000 checks. 52980 patted 210 knots 7,000 checks in the FMC. And then we're going to be going downwind 530 7,000, and then it's going all the way down. Now the good news is this 7,000 feet or below restriction puts you at a decent height to have a straight in approach, so you don't really need to plan much of a shortcut from there. If they send you to a 10-mile final, hopefully they'll keep sending you there, but you don't have to worry about getting lower earlier, because we're already going to be at 7,000 feet here. Good rule of thumb, guys, when you're downwind, being vectored or on an RNAV arrival here, you want to be around 6,000 feet AGL once you're abeam the runway and descending, and turning base at about 4,500 feet, 4,000 feet final. 10 miles, about 3,000 feet AGL. So 7,000 feet there's fine. And we've got all the points afterwards. Look, Gergo, Velar, Ridev. I doubt we'll go all the way there. Maybe though, because it is very busy. Got to reduce right down to 185 knots at that point. We'd be level at 70 the whole time. And then we're going to go in towards the ILS via Old Dots. Old Dots, there we go. So we check the points. On arrival, that's fine. So ILS. I've had the ILS chart here, but I don't know how to scroll this across in Navigraph. You can't hold the left click. So maybe I've not pinned it. No, I have pinned it as well. So it is on the pin board. You just can't get across to it. So ILS 30 left, 1113, so we're tuning the frequencies now. Course is 299. Oh, there's a tiny scroll bar at the bottom. iniBuilds not only helping me fly that aeroplane, but also helping to get me to run Navigraph. Now, I could be because I've got it in a windowed mode. Let me go full screen here. So I haven't got that. I can't see a scroll bar. Oh, ding dong. And we're currently flying Mach decimal 79 at Emirates 4031.
Emirates 4031.
He basically called me, but it's very difficult to hear his voice. So yeah, I had it like a windowed way, but I can't see it otherwise.
Qatari 187, Roger, wind ready, descend level 250, level by Orsa.
Coming via Old Dots, Septo, Modus, and then onto the ILS. This is all coded correctly, 2,000 feet platform, 2,000 feet above, mandatory modus at 2,000, 3 degrees checks. Frequency courses minimums have been set, so if I have to go around, that'll be interesting, because I don't think I've got the correct click spots. I'll push the click spot here for Toga. We'll go around flat 15. No, go around. Oh, I can't hear this guy at all. Heading 170 degrees, Emirates 4031. Can you guys hear this guy calling me? Heading 170, if that's a heading and a half. Oh, no, it's not. It's because my heading bug was the wrong, not set. Heading 170. Cool. MSA 3,800 feet to the west. So go around. Let me have a little look at the iniBuilds tutorial. I'll go around quickly on the PDF. Go around. So go around. Press the go around lever. Throttle advance. Go around thrust. Rotate smooth. Retract flaps. One step up and announce new position. Select slats by SRS. Okay. We'll be fine.
Level 250, level by Orsa.
Yeah, this guy's he's probably not got the best microphone. He's got a great ATC service, but I'm barely hearing him. Right, so we briefed the ILS. Let's have a look at landing performance. There we go.
Maintain like a small 0.77.
Decimal 77, Emirates 4031. So what we'll do, we'll pull the speed window, 77. Speed engaged.
4031 from this position, proceed direct to Oscar Romeo Sierra Alpha Romeo.
Direct to Oscar, Emirates 4031, and reducing decimal 77. Direct Oscar, insert, nav, and I've got a ding dong as well. Prosec direct to Oscar, which I read back. Look at him pulling knobs, I know! I'm airbusing all the way.
Descend 250 when ready by Orsa, FedEx 909.
Let's have a look at the landing performance. Bear in mind we might still have a different landing runway here, guys. So, landing. Oops. Airport. There we go. So landing 30 left. Where did Emirates park? It's over here on the left, isn't it? Yeah, concourse ABC. I've flown Emirates once. So plan to vacate the left. Minimum runway occupancy. So first high speed's Kilo 9. We could probably even stop sooner and take an immediate left, but we'll aim for Kilo 9. About halfway down. I reckon quarter brake minimum would be good for us. They don't have the landing performance calculator yet, I don't think. So we're going to go auto brake low. We'll use second detent reverse thrust on this. Vacate at Kilo 9. And we'll go from there. Pascal, did you set the ILS frequency? Yes, sir. 1113 just here. And I've found that little bar now for me to scroll across. Problem is, when I use You guys can see it. The Streamlabs yellow box over the Navigraph blocks the little thing. 1113 ILS courses are set down here. There we are. Yeah, I know, Brandon, but there's Emirates gates, but also other airlines do operate into Dubai. True, Peter. Is this really Airbusing? No, no, it's more half Airbus, half Boeing. That is true. We're not really Airbusing.
The Mohammed 061 from this position proceed direct to Oscar. Oscar Romeo Sierra Alpha Romeo.
That's where we're going. We're going to Oscar.
And Emirates 4031 now descend level 250. Right.
Descend flight level 250, Emirates 4031.
Battery
250, and we are just approaching top descent. So if I press profile, it'll do 1,000 feet per minute, I think, just like the 737. Top of descent chat, ladies and gentlemen. Aircraft is now accelerating with full thrust to our descent speed, which we don't want to do. We want to do 77 for ATC, so I'm going to pull that, bug 77. And I'm going to revert to vertical speed, which is a pull, and then we'll just set 1,000 feet per minute and comply with the speed assigned by ATC. Yeah, what was the max thrust limit? Yes, I'm not sure why I went to maximum thrust. Thrust limit 100.2 and we were like 109 there, weren't we? Not sure. Anyway, progress page shows you your vertical deviation in the iniBuilds. Mine is 500 feet, but that's fine, because we've already started our descent. And there is the United Arab Emirates on the horizon. I'll have to get my map out. What's the name of the sea? What's the name of the sea of Dubai? Can't remember the name now. 132150, Emirates 4031. Thanks for the ATC. Bye. It's a bit hard to hear. Persian Gulf. Thanks. Just testing you guys. Yeah, of course. There we are on our profile now, so let's select profile. And it's doing it again, look, going full power, 100.4 is the maximum limit, but it is going 105. Yeah, it doesn't like that, does it? Gonna go level change here. Retard, that's fine. Not honestly, don't know why it does that. Right, let me just turn this guy on.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Radar, good evening, Emirates 4031, descending flight level 250, inbound to Gibib.
Emirates 4031, good evening to you, clear to step 3 Delta, arrival, expect ILS 30 left, descend 13,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Expect the VTEP 3 Lima for ILS 030 left, and just confirm cleared level please, Emirates 4031.
Emirates 4031, route at 3 Delta, 13,000 feet.
Alright. VTEP 3 Delta, and sorry, one more time for the altitude there because I didn't hear this start first time.
13,000.
13,000 feet, and VTEP 3 Delta, Emirates 4031. There we are.
Emirates 161, Dubai arrival 124.9.
So 130 is set, 13,000, so it's an altitude. We're a bit high on profile, but I'm going in level change. We're 2,000 feet high now.
Emirates 161, 124.9.
Yeah, speed brake, how's it get so high? Speed brake's out.
Emirates 980, turn right 145 degrees, 145.
145, Emirates 90.
So it's a different arrival. This is where it gets tricky, because I'm not used to this plane, so...
UA radar, hello, Dubai 3 Tango, Foxtrot passing, flight level 280,
right, flight plan I need to do, don't I?
Emirates 980, descend altitude 11,000.
Click.
Emirates 980, 11,000.
3 Delta, 30 left.
Well
done.
Goodbye, Tango Fox, cleared route at 3 Delta, arrival, expect ILS 30 left. descend 13,000 feet. QNH 1014, speeding
There we
unit
are.
250.
So I think the arrival just goes the other way around.
014, descend 13,000 feet wide, and we've got 3 Delta.
Whoa, we've gotten so high. I was literally on profile. I've got a speed break 270 knots here. No, just select constraints. What's the first constraint here? 12,000 feet at VATSIM.
Sorry, 4 Romeo,
So we'll just keep it as it is. Profile's slowly coming back now. Right, let's have a little look at this arrival, guys. So charts. Clunky. Yeah, for some reason I can't delete the arrivals from the pin board in Navigraph. So I've got it here. You see the red X's. I'm pressing it, but it just blinks, does nothing. I cannot close the charts. So I want to go look at the other one, but well, I don't need to. It's on here. So VATSIM 3 Delta just goes to the south.
Just to confirm, should we maintain 250 during the day?
Sorry, 1014, squawk 6011.
So I have to pat it. That's the routing. It's different.
1011.
So patted, and now we're going to go south to 532.
During day,
RP, 7,000 feet or below at that point. That's in the FMC. Patted, minus 7,000. Perfect.
Sorry, 187, speed 290 knots.
Perfect. And then it's same with ILS.
Emirates 980, Dubai arrival 124, correction, track delay
uncheck sync, thanks very much. Perfect, that works, thank you. That's worked, so yeah, sync with current flight. It was not allowing me to delete it, but it is now done. Thanks, guys.
187, speed 290 knots.
Oh, hold on, I've still got it in there.
Sorry, 1014, squawk 6011.
6011, sorry, 101.
Ah.
Emirates Radar, good day. Lufthansa 8 Tango Zulu Heavy level 390.
Lufthansa 8 Tango Zulu, your radar ready means UK troops at 3 Delta arrival, expect ILS, please your left. Descend 57250 expedite. Disregard, Lufthansa 8 Tango Zulu, disregard all of that, you're an overflight. My apologies, maintain 390.
Emirates 390, Lufthansa 8 Tango Zulu, no problem.
Oh no, I've cleared all of it, well done.
Emirates Radar, FedEx 909, leveling flight level 350.
FedEx 909, you want to arrive, correct?
Yeah, I can't. Okay.
FedEx 909, your case route at 3 Delta arrival, expect ILS.
I can't seem to be able to select that at all.
On QNH 101.
I can have all of them there and I can see which way it's going, but I want to select just that one. And
FedEx
if I click down to
909,
route, it doesn't do anything.
3 Delta arrival, taking altitude.
I can have just a chart.
13,000 feet, please. Speed in your descent 250.
Profile's coming up.
Descend 13,000
800 feet to go.
250, FedEx 909.
Still got speed break out. Quite effective actually. Look, we're descending like 3,500 feet per minute. But to be fair, this speed, what are we doing? 270 knots?
Sorry, 187, descend 10,000 feet.
Yeah, Anthony, are you UX310 operator? I spoke to a
331, descend altitude 10,000 feet.
And send 10,000 feet to Emirates 4031. He hasn't given me a QNH yet. Yeah, here comes the profile. Yeah, I heard a lot of Airbus guys very rarely use profile mode. I spoke to an ex-Monarch pilot who's used to be a colleague of mine about the aircraft, and he was saying, yeah, profile never used it.
Back in direct route, I've got about 3 times.
He says, about to select profile. Stowing speed. Why is it going to 325 knots? I don't want to do 325 knots.
4031, reduce minimum clean speed.
Minimum clean speed, Emirates 4031. As the aircraft accelerates to ridiculous speed. Right, level change. Pull. And we'll go to minimum clean.
Emirates 4031, set a vertical speed of 1,500 feet per minute.
1,500 feet per minute. And we'll reduce to minimum clean as well. Emirates 4031. We'll try best.
Thank you.
It's unusual for ATC to give you a speed and a minimum. You can get minimum climb and descent restrictions, but yeah, it's quite difficult sometimes to do that and a speed, and then also maintain the profile, because he wants me to do a certain rate of descent.
Maintain your speed of 290.
If he's giving me 1,500 feet per minute, it's impossible for me to make that restriction.
Maintain the current speed and continue.
Oh, you did 1014, thanks.
Emirates 4031, stop your descent at altitude 11,000 feet.
Stop descent 11,000 feet, Emirates 4031. With that rate of descent, I'll be unable to make restriction at VTEP.
You can disregard the restrictions. Make it 11,000, then your minimum clean speed. Contact arrival 24.9.
That's copied 124.9, Emirates 4031. Bye.
Bye.
So, I've got dinging on VATSIM and it's models, I think probably from Emirates Airport. So 11,000, 150, minimum clean is coming in here. I'll keep the speed brake out. Keep it slowed down. And the frequency. Jim, this is where you could help me. This is where the workload goes off the scale. Alright, speed brake's coming up, so...
6263...
I'm still slowing down to minimum clean here. Is it the green dot that's minimum clean, iniBuilds?
Left heading 330 degrees, cleared on left approach, runway 30 left.
I'll keep the speed brake out, keep going to minimum clean. So you tell me to disregard the restriction, that's fine. And now we're back on profile. That's because of the we've just passed that first restriction.
Emirates 980 on the unrestricted altitude 5,000 feet.
Seatbelt's coming on.
Who's that for Emirates 980?
Hey, firm, descend unrestricted altitude 5,000 feet.
Unrestricted down to 5,000.
Yes,
thanks, Emirates 980, fly heading 120 degrees.
120, Emirates 980.
Egypt 762, maintain speed 180 knots for greater.
One to go. Dubai, hello, Emirates 4031, descending to 11,000 feet, QNH 1014, maintaining rate 1,500 feet per minute, minimum speed 210 knots.
Emirates 403 in Dubai, hello, expect on approach runway 30 left, brake, authority 187, descend
left.
altitude 8,000 feet.
And there we are, we kept the rate going all the way to our restriction.
Authority 187, descend unrestricted altitude 8,000 feet. Roger. Emirates 3, correction 508, and left heading 03.
God, I've got to hear his Emirates call signs. There we are, we're level at 11,000, 1014.
Emirates 508, and left heading 030 degrees.
My ears. So we're told...
508, 030
at
degrees.
230 knots, but told we were told previously to maintain minimum speed, which is 210 knots.
At 19720, reduce speed 180 knots.
It's good, 180 knots, Airline Air 720.
Approach. There's Dubai ahead, guys.
34 Romeo, report your altitude.
Descending 2,000,
Okay, Qatari 4 Romeo, you're only cleared up to 8,000 feet, so just maintain 5,000
So I'm going to concentrate here, guys.
Maintain 5,000 feet.
Egypt at 760, speed 160 knots, maintain until 4 DME, contact tower 118.750, bye-bye.
Microphones aren't good for your health, just repeating them.
Qatari 663, contact tower 118.750, bye-bye.
117 back at I-663, bye-bye.
Qatari 187, upon reaching, reduce speed 220 knots.
Beautiful.
Say again?
Stand by, Emirates 908, and left heading 330 degrees, you instructed 2,000 feet, descend to 2,000 feet.
There is...
Emirates 508.
Emirates 508, descend and maintain flight level 2,000.
And left and heading 330 degrees.
Sounds busy.
Sorry.
Qatari 187, descend out, sorry, reduce speed 220 knots.
Beautiful. Yamato, yeah, because I wanted to enjoy the scenery over Iran.
Sorry, heading 100 degrees, descend altitude 2,000 feet.
100, 2,000, Emirates 980.
Emirates 4031, descend unrestricted altitude 8,000 feet.
Said 8,000 feet unrestricted, Emirates 4031. So there's 8,000 feet. We're still quite far away, guys. We're just going to do a very gradual descent, 500 feet per minute.
Passing 11,000 to 10,000 on route at 3 Delta with information on Sky.
Got about 3 Tango Foxtrot Dubai, hello, expect on approach runway 30 left.
This is the Microsoft's wind gust model.
Left heading 270 degrees, cleared LS approach.
Needs tweaking. This guy's static now. Was jumping a second ago.
Emirates 508 and left heading 270 degrees, cleared LS approach, runway 30 left. Airport 9720, turn right heading 210.
Seatbelts on. Managed to remember that one, didn't I? Yes, I did.
9720, turn right heading 210 degrees.
Turn right heading 210 degrees at 720.
Look at that. There's Dubai Airport. Stunning.
Emirates 980, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reducing 180, Emirates 90.
Qatar 4 Romeo, reduce speed 180 knots.
So I turned decision height off because we're
Qatar
using
187,
MTA.
reduce speed 190 knots, then descend altitude 5,000 feet unrestricted.
Lights on 2 below 10,000 feet, that's correct.
Airport 9720, turn right heading 270 degrees, clear on this approach, runway 30 left.
Perfect.
Airport 9720, turn right heading 270 degrees, clear on this approach, runway 30
It's already
left.
at 210 knots, which is our restriction. And this is unrestricted, so we don't need to worry so much about the 7,000 feet ahead.
No, I'm not calling you. All stations, listen to your call signs, please. I'm calling everyone, but no one is responding. Airport 9720, turn right
Poor guy,
heading
he's
270
right.
degrees, clear LS approach, runway 30 left.
Turn right heading 270.
Perfect, turn on the lights now.
We've got about 3 Tango Foxtrot, descend unrestricted altitude 8,000
So fuel,
feet.
we've got
Unrestricted 8,000 feet,
8.1
about 3 Tango
tons,
Foxtrot.
plenty. Burns 4 tons out, we've got 2 hours endurance. Empties off pressurisation is fine.
Minus 980, fly heading
Set seatbelts
120
on.
degrees, not sure why you're on, sorry, disregard, fly heading 120 degrees.
120, Emirates 90.
Post cruise jet speed.
Emirates 508, contact tower, contact tower 118.750, bye-bye.
118.75, Emirates 508.
Qatar 4 Romeo, descent unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet. Qatar 187, descent unrestricted.
What's that, mate? It's so hard.
Qatar 4 Romeo, descent altitude
It's so
2,000 feet,
quick.
unrestricted.
I do feel pity for him, I'm trying to listen.
Emirates 4031, descent unrestricted altitude 5,000 feet.
Send 5,000 feet unrestricted, Emirates 4031. 5,000 feet sent unrestricted, so don't worry about the profile again. Look at it down here, look at this! Whoa. That's the main cities down there, isn't it?
Dubai arrivals, FedEx 909, 10,000.
FedEx 909 Dubai, hello, expect on approach from retreat
Stunning.
left, descend unrestricted altitude 8,000 feet.
Expect 30 left and descend 8,000, FedEx 909.
I miss alpaca. I can hear an alpaca out, not on Emirates.
4031, reduce speed 180 knots.
180 knots, Emirates 4031. That's really
Emirates
early for
980,
180. 180 is
303.
usually
Left
base
030
leg,
now,
and we're not even downwind, so we have to extend slats here. So slats, and we'll reduce speed to the slat speed. That's extremely early for 180. Generally, I think ATC would avoid using that speed so early, because obviously that's going to have a knock-on effect to everyone behind us. But we got it set.
Sorry, 187, reduce speed 180 knots.
But he's in charge.
Qatar 187, reduce speed 180 knots. Emirates 980, turn left heading
Already over the airport.
30 degrees, clear on this approach, runway
How
30
busy is it
left.
down there?
Left
Well, I can't see, well, it's a huge
left,
airport. I see
30
1,
left,
2,
and
3, 4 was just vacated.
30 left, turn around 720.
970, maintenance
Look at
speed of 180 knots or greater, until advised.
80 knots, until advised, turn around 720.
Right, how do you extend
16
slats?
disregard.
It's on the flap lever. So the first lever, look, is slats to 15, flaps still in 0. Beautiful. Where Mr. Beckham has a property, probably. He remembers that Michael Owen PR video for Dubai. Cringeworthy. When he's in the helicopter with rockets.
Steady speed 200 knots, Skyby 3 Tango.
Classic. Piebald, can we pull the breakers? Why are so many people lacking circuit breakers? I don't believe so. So 118, sending to 5,000.
Sorry, 1870, send unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet.
And Yamato, I'm not going live.
Sorry, 1870, send unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet.
Descending unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet, Qatari 187.
Lovely bloodline.
Got about 3 Tango Foxtrot, descend unrestricted altitude 5,000 feet.
Unrestricted 5,000 feet, Skyby 3 Tango.
FedEx 9090, so reduce speed to 10 knots.
Speed 210, FedEx 909.
Perfect.
By arrival, Qatari 1014, 10,700 feet, descending 10,000.
That's what I want you
Qatari
to
10 for Dubai, hello, expect all approach runway 30 left, descend unrestricted altitude 8,000 feet.
Oh, look at that.
Descend 8,000 feet with the approach, Qatari 1014.
Emirates 980, reduce speed 160 knots,
Traffic on final.
4 DME.
160 until 4 DME, Emirates 980.
Airtel 9720, reduce speed 160 knots, maintain until 4 DME, contact tower 118750, bye-bye.
118,750, Emirates 980, bye-bye.
No, negative, no calling you, just remain on my frequency please, break, Qatari 4, Romeo to left heading 020 degrees.
Yeah,
Airtel 9720, hello.
That's what you did a good thing there, because he's obviously not getting a response from him.
Airtel 9720, Dubai.
So he's speaking really slowly.
9720, go ahead.
Maintain speed 160 knots until 4 DME.
There's
Contact
space
tower
on the traffic on final.
118750, bye-bye.
Look at that, attitude's so high. I feel like I should have some flaps out, because look, we're descending at 1,000 feet, but my nose is up at 5 degrees.
Goodbye. Emirates 4031, descend unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet.
Send 2,000 feet, Emirates 4031. Right, so we need to select our
24 Romeo
islands.
to left heading 330 degrees, cleared island approach, runway 30 left.
So we'll arrest that rate of descent now. 500 feet per minute.
Good evening, Cornell 521 at 12
So I'm just going to select flat 15, just get the attitude down. I don't like the attitude being so high. There you go, so the attitude's coming lower now. Jesus.
Emirates 980, contact tower now 118750, bye-bye.
118,750, Emirates 980.
There we go, that's a more sensible attitude. Burns a bit more fuel, but...
Harry 4 Romeo, maintain speed 160 knots until the 4 DME.
So we're going to get slotted in behind him, probably.
Corner Foxtrot, come from 30 left.
8 Sam, expect 30 left.
Earplugs are optional.
Guided by 3 Tango Foxtrot, reduce speed 180 knots.
Racing speed 180 knots, guided by 3 Tango Foxtrot.
There's traffic ahead.
909, descend unrestricted altitude 5,000 feet.
Trying to do a CDA.
FedEx 909.
Yeah, I don't want to go down to 2,000 feet. So look, there's traffic here on final ahead of us. Traffic here ahead of us as well. So we just want to do a really shallow descent now, just 200 feet per minute.
Sorry, 187 to left heading 030 degrees.
Left heading 030 degrees, Qatari 187.
So far so good, this aircraft has behaved phenomenally.
Emirates 4031, verify descending 2,000.
Firm, we just don't want to get too low, we've just got a very shallow descent, Emirates 4031.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, because we're already on the glide, so I'm going the wrong way. So if I was descending any quicker, I'm going to be level off at 2,000 feet, 30 miles away from the airport. But yeah, as I was saying, the iniBuilds is behaving really nicely. The automation is responding to my inputs. Really nice, guys. And I'm sort of trying to sell it to you. I don't need to. Just go get Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's completely free. But if you have any questions about operating it, feel free to leave a comment section. I'll try and get back to you.
187 to left heading 330
I'm not an
degrees,
expert, but I'm can certainly give her a rough idea of how to get it configured. So busy here.
Bravo, good evening. I'm at 978 11,000.
I miss having fly live up there.
Emirates 978 by hello, expect LS approach and retreat 0 left.
Further expecting to lose left, Emirates 978.
Sorry, 1817, reduce speed of 160 knots, maintain until 4 DME.
So nearly 20 miles out.
1040 sound
If we were trying to be at perfect CDA, would have been at 6,000 feet at 20 miles. We're at 4.5.
Carina 5 to 1 descend unrestricted altitude 8,000 feet.
Descend level 8,000, Carina 5 to 1.
Sky by 3 Tango Foxtrot, descend unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet.
Bob, I'm not sure about that one. I've not had that. I was able to put my...
4031, turn left heading 030 degrees.
Left heading 030 degrees, Emirates 4031. Heading select. No! This way, please. 030 degrees. So base leg.
Next 909, reduce speed 180 knots.
Record coming on, thanks Steve. It's on. Yeah, I guess so, MoSD. Yeah, it would be impossible in Dubai. I'm doing my best though. Trying.
978, descend unrestricted altitude 8,000 feet.
8,000 unrestricted,
there you go, iniBuilds. I've seen a lot of people have the issues. DB504, let's go to it there.
Hey, son, Tower 11875.
There you go. That's why I like to do in a 7.3, just tidies it up.
Emirates 4031, turn left heading 330 degrees, clear LS approach and retreat 0 left, speed 160 knots until 4 DME.
Left heading 330 degrees, on the heading cleared ILS 30 left, 160 till 4 DME, Emirates 4031. 330, correct sensing, localizers alive, Vorlock's armed. So this is a plus point. X-Plane has sometimes struggles with the range of localizer and glide slopes. It's alive now, nice and early.
250, correction, reduce speed 210 knots.
Reduce 210, Qatar 1014.
Iran 772 Dubai, hello, expect LS approach and retreat 0 left.
See, that guy's been down at 2,000, look, so he wants 160 till 4 now, doesn't he?
Irina 521, reduce speed to 30 knots.
3230 knots, Korea 521.
It's 978, reduce speed to
Localizer alive.
30 knots.
Blue's arms, it's an Airbus. Localizer capture. And we'll set runway heading, which is... Let's get the chance ahead.
FedEx 909, descend unrestricted altitude 2,000 feet.
Descend 2,000, FedEx 909.
299 is set. Perfect. So we're doing 160 till 4. There is traffic ahead. There we are. It's taking a bit of a late turn. Lighting is awesome. Look at that.
Got by 3 Tango Foxtrot and left heading 030 degrees.
Cheers, Henry. Roses are red, violets are blue. I love Airbus, but less than you. You sure? Wait for glide slope to be alive. We're doing 160 now. So on the ground spoilers. Water brake is set to low.
140, descend unrestricted altitude 3,000 feet.
You do, Peter Green, have to activate approach, but at my operator, we only arm approach when we're within a 1 dots glide slope. There's false glide slopes. Now, at this height, not so much an issue, but there's actually a second glide slope at twice the height of the original one, and a crew in the past have accidentally intercepted the wrong glide slope. So at my operator, we only arm approach within 1 dots, and usually around 10 miles or so.
Heading 330,
it'll be coming in shortly. We're still below the glides.
Sorry, 187, contact tower 11875, there, about that.
It's on standby for us, isn't it? It is.
187, 187, good night, bye-bye.
Dynamo scene. Glide slope's alive. Ah, no. No, I want to see the chart. Change? No. Show me the chart. Damn it. 1 dot approach. That's land on this. So you can see Cat 2's got magenta. Glide slope's in blue. This is what the missed approach altitude does, what I'm looking for.
FedEx 909 to left heading 030 degrees.
Left 030, FedEx 909.
Scattered by 3 tanks, Foxtrot speed of 160.
I need to learn how to use a new Navigraph charts app as well. I'm all over the place. Glide slope capture, I need to find out the missed approach altitude because I can't get the charts up quick enough.
So, restrictions 5,000 coordinate factor.
Oh, jeez, man.
FedEx 978, reduce speed 210 knots.
3,000, I think, but I can't. I'm trying to work out how to get a chart open. Emirates 4031 fully established.
4031, thank you very much. Contact Tower 118750, bye bye.
Down 118750, great job. Emirates 4031, bye.
Thanks, appreciate it. See you.
We appreciate it more, buddy.
FedEx 909 to left heading 330 degrees, clear to left.
There we are, it's down. It was 4,000. Flaps are out. I'm going to take another natch of flops now, actually. Just to keep the speed where I want it to be. Ooh, why are we levelling off? Why are we levelling off? Glide slope's green, we've levelled off at 3,000 feet. Why is glide slope green? Tell me, what have I done wrong? We're not descending. What dot? No, something's broken there, for sure. Level change. Glide slope's green, and now we've lost the glide slope. What on earth did I do there? I'm gonna have to drop the gear here, guys. Oh, that doesn't work either. Yeah. What happened there? Out hold, yeah, but in glide slope, surely it shouldn't matter. Localizer captured again. Locks green. Glide slope capture. What on earth happened there? Landing flaps.
One hit to the left, straight ahead, to your left.
And takeoff approach 134. I know, I need to still contact tower.
Yeah, 161 straight ahead.
It wasn't trimming down because play it back. Glide slope wasn't green.
Sorry, 187, the wind 20 degrees, 10 knots, runway 30 left, clear left. Sorry, 4 Romeo.
Alright, let's do some multitasking. I still need to check in. Disconnecting all the throttle. Autopilot.
Shooting at 2 miles.
Autopilot's disconnected. I'm sort of flying a plane at the moment. There we go. Tower, hello. It's Emirates 4031. Establish ILS 30 left, just past 5 miles.
Sorry, correction. Emirates 4031 Dubai Tower, hello. Plan to vacate to the left on Kilo 9. Number 2 to the approach.
Plan to vacate left, Kilo 9, Emirates 4031.
Got the right 3 Tango Foxtrot Dubai Tower, hello. Can you approach?
But yeah, handling.
Left, your number 4.
Very nice.
Plan to vacate.
Sluggish, but I don't know. I don't fly the A310.
Approach runway 3
Recorders on, guys. Recorders on.
4. Plan to vacate Kilo 8. Got about 3 Tango Fox.
Alright, speed's recovered. Yeah, I really don't know why we were. I swear we were glide slope capture already, and then it seemed to spat out the glide slope. K9, yeah, we'll vacate at K9. How's that view? View's alright, quite zoomed in, but it means you can see the instruments quite clearly.
There's 161, 110 to Alpha 1.
Flying in the way.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Haven't got a landing clearance yet. I hope the gear's down. Yes. Quick visual inspection. Yes. I haven't done any landing checks, but yeah, full flaps. And just waiting for our landing clearance. He just vacated.
4031 traffic at A320 vacating ahead. The wind 210 degrees. Direction 20 degrees, 1 knots. Runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, clear to land. Emirates 4031. Clear to land. I'm just going for my airport chart here so I can find out where Kilo 9 is. Okay.
Dubai Tower, FedEx 909.
Checked.
FedEx 909 Dubai Tower, clear.
You won't get a landing rate, guys, because I don't have the Fly Live overlay on. Sorry.
Plan Kilo 8, FedEx 909.
Sorry, 187, taxi left, Juliet 2 on Juliet 2 Alpha.
Where's my pappies? Why is there no pappies here? This is the default premium airport. Kind of looking for the flight directors here. Keep the aiming point at the same point in the runway. Oh, what's that? Why are they so high? That's not right. Check, close. Yeah, feels very nice in the flare. A bit floaty. Let's get it down. Right, speed brakes up. Reverse. Normal. And that's increasing. 100 knots. 80 knots. Manual braking. Cancelling reverse. 60 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubai. Where on earth is Kilo 9? Oh yeah, it's next high speed.
Contact ground 11835, bye-bye.
Not that one.
11835.
Sorry, 187, cancel the previous taxi instruction.
Oh, Kilo 9, well ahead up here.
Bye-bye.
Taxi straight away Kilo 2 contacting
There we go, this is Kilo 9 here. Perfect. Oh, the altitude alert's going off. Oh yeah, that's because I had it set to 0 feet still, because the ILS broke.
4 Romeo, contact ground 11835, please.
11835, 0 Emirates 4031. Perfect, we've vacated. We've got a million things going on here. Oh, I miss that radio tuning panel, guys. I have to quickly just go over here. Ah! Just blocking the exit on a runway, you know, no problem at all. Oh dear, 11835 ground is active.
For Romeo negative, Juliet 2 Juliet and Bravo 1-2.
Perfect.
Then Bravo 1.
Just keep moving forward slowly. Dubai ground, hello, it's Emirates 4031, vacated 30 left at Kilo 9.
Emirates 4031 Dubai ground, hello, welcome to Dubai. Continue taxiing via Kilo, Juliet 2 Juliet and Delta 8.
Kilo Juliet, and invite Juliet for stand Delta 8, Emirates 4031. Right, where on earth is that? Right, I'll just get the flaps up. Speed brakes up. What an awesome aircraft, guys. It felt really nice. I'm sorry I didn't get much hand flying in there. With the missed approach, glide slope fluctuation, I was a bit like, oh, I want to get that sorted, otherwise we would have levelled off. I'm not sure, I really don't know what happened there. I've not had that before in the iniBuilds. If you have glide slope captured, which I'm pretty sure we had, it should ignore any MCP altitude set there. Right, anyway, let me just confirm where we're going. We're on Kilo, and he said go Kilo, Juliet. Where on earth is Juliet? Right, if you're unsure, you hold position. So let's just hold here. Grab the charts, which I'm fine. I'm just have to go to the old school ones here, guys. Open charts list. Just archaic, but we will find it. So airport, parking stands. Oh, that's why I missed not flying in Europe, because I can't have my charts. Where is it? Taxi and parking. There we go. Oh my days, what a confusion. Kilo. And he said stand Delta 8. Welcome. Where are you? Ah! I'm just gonna crawl forward here. So Kilo, then Juliet. I'm looking for Juliet, guys. I know I'm moving, don't worry.
Please hold position, traffic is in on your right side. Traffic, hold position.
Kilo. Where on earth is Juliet? Just make sure I know where I am. I can't find Juliet at all. Oh, Juliet's over there.
Hold position.
I hope they're not holding position because of all the aircraft everywhere. Oh yeah, I've just missed Juliet. Juliet's here.
Emirates 4031.
Emirates 4031, just turning left on Juliet now.
Emirates 4031, thank you for that. Expedite please, traffic is behind.
Expediting Emirates 4031. Are you guys enjoying this? The chart, what? Right, I'm just gonna... This is why I don't like streaming when I'm unfamiliar.
4031, say again, please.
Disregard. We're on Juliet, just trying to locate Delta 8. Is that straight ahead on the right or left?
Emirates 4031, just a second.
Yeah. I found it now, thank you. Emirates 4031. Yeah, you're enjoying this. Juliet 3 Delta 8. Right, you said for. Right, let's do the cleanup. Taxi on. Music. This
Emirates
is why.
4031, just to confirm it. Straight ahead on Juliet 2, turn left onto Juliet, stand Delta 8.
Thank you, Juliet 2, Juliet, and Delta 8. We've located now. Thank you very much for your help, Emirates 4031.
You're welcome, sir.
Very accommodating. I'm still not there yet.
Right ground, hello,
I keep stating that it's not the right one.
Taxi to Charlie
so yeah, keep going around. Delta 8's on the right.
Goodbye, 3 Tango Foxtrot, Dubai Ground, hello, welcome to Dubai, continue taxiing on...
I can turn it down now. Right, I'm hoping the stand number's there, but Delta 8 is here on the right. This is the premium airport, included with the simulator. APU, where are you?
3187, continue taxiing on Kilo, turn left onto Juliet 1.
There's no stand markings here, is there? Delta 8 is literally the first. It's here. It's here. Full right on the tiller.
4031, I believe you taxied right on Juliet to stand Bravo 24. Just please turn right onto Juliet to stand Delta 8.
I think we could have a chart mix up here because I'm taxiing on Juliet now, and I believe I'm going on to stand Delta 8 now. Emirates 4031.
4031, thank you.
Okay, I'm pretty. Yeah, I think that's Delta 8. It's the first. Or maybe Delta 9. Oh god, this is why there's no markings here. That give me the benefit of that. Not sure, but this could be Delta 9. But the problem is when you go for default airports, there's no markings. There'd be markings here, and you'd have other markings say it's here, it's there, and whatnot. But yeah, we've already gone for Delta 9. Anyway, APU should be spooling up. Let me do the rest of the cleanup. Oh, I miss the NG so much. and unfamiliar airports. Strobes off, taxi lights are off as well. That's done. Excellent. APU should be spooling up. Let me just get that running. We'll shut down engine number 2 to save a bit of fuel. Engine. No APU, that's what I wanted here. Did I not press the start button? No, I didn't. Starts. There's other professional streamers available, but we'll save fuel, wait for that engine to spool up. Let's get the... I should probably taxi it a little bit further forward. I can hear the APU spooling up now. Parking brake released. Another excuse, I have been awake since 4:30 this morning, and I have operated a sector in real life. Jonathan Charles, shocking, I know. I'll go right up to the stop line, single engine taxi. There we go. Can't teach it. Can't teach that. Parking brake set. APU isn't on, I know, it's spooling up now. There we are. Yes, Sam Heaton, that's, we don't need to mention that. Yeah, we're on Delta 9. We are here. So it looks like it's right on the corner, which it is on here on the scenery, to be fair. But there's no stand markings. That's Delta 10 there. This is Delta 9. Delta 8 was just here. And had that said, I'm sure if you were to open Google Maps here, I'm sure it would say in big letters Delta 9 on that scenery. Right. APU is now available. Ah! So that light wasn't there earlier. Right, APU available, so all we need to do is shut the engine down. It's saving the flight, look, it's doing its thing. And it stayed on the APU, I did something right today. Right. What else do we need to do? Seat belts. Seat belts off. There we are. Strobes already turned off. Get the air bridge connected. Get rid of those charts as well. I need to learn how to use Navigraph 8 because I was all over the place. I just could not get the chart open for the approach. on my Navigraph 8 charts, and I was clicking things and it was unclicking other things. Found it a bit unfriendly to use, but I think I just need to get used to it now. Let's have a bit of immersion. Let's have the pushback attached. So let's go for Jetway catering package. There we go. Perfect. Well, the iniBuilds performed very well. Not sure about myself at the end there. I can't believe this is free. Very lucky you guys are to be able to have iniBuilds for free in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now look at Dubai in the background as well. That's superb. Very nice indeed. Shame about that. I can't quite get the whole aircraft interview, but there we go. Pilot error, yes I know. Liam, great stream, thank you. This has been 310 out of 10. Would not go on a road trip without GPS or you again. Oh, if I knew where I was going at the start, it would have been easier. But this is the importance of familiarity, route familiarity. I did no preparation on the taxiing in or knowing where to go in Dubai, which is why I got lost there. Andrew B, hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. iniBuilds high cap just for next time. Looks like page up on the keyboard will enable your Logitech RTP. Oh my goodness me. As if. Guys, if you have the Logitech keyboard, just to show you something here. How on earth did you find that out so quickly? That must be to do with the avionics in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let me just show you yoke cam quickly. So here's my Logitech radio tuning panel. Press page up, look what happens. Where's my finger, look? Oh, it's not working now. Oh, of course. Let me just go into the sim, that's why. Watch this. Page up controls the Logitech radio tuning panel in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, well, great time to find out. Thanks, iniBuilds. I'm very glad you told me that, though, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. That must be something to do with Microsoft Flight Simulator avionics in the background, but great to know there. Are you using a Dubai scenery pack, said Mr. Nice Guy. No, this is the default Dubai airport included with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think it's in the deluxe version. So yes, you need to have that version, or maybe the premium version or something. It's fine, it's got the accurate terminals, but no taxiway markings or nothing like that, which when it comes to navigating around, as you've just seen, as I've proven, makes it very difficult to find there. Tom hates cats. That would have been useful a couple of hours ago, I know. Awesome iniBuilds, thanks for that. Page up is the toggle for avionics master, which seems to be the LVAR the unit reads, or what the panel reads. Alright, thank you very much. I'm sure a lot of people would find that useful as well, because I know a lot of people have the radio tuning panel. Awesome. Yeah, guys, I really enjoyed that today. I feel like I could have done a bit better. It's always hard flying an unfamiliar aircraft while streaming in a busy event as well. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that ILS there. It's very much likely like something I missed out. But the aircraft levelled off at 3,000, whereas I'm very sure we had approach active. Certainly had no issue. Never seen that before in the iniBuilds previously. And I don't think there's any aircraft that, once it's in approach, you pretty much should be able to set whatever MCP altitude you like. And it seemed to have levelled off there at 3,000. But yeah. Yes, it's a premium airport, so the approach lights are extra big. Yeah, I've better check the landing gear, actually. Yeah, there's a few little quirks with the scenery. But yeah, anyway, signing off, guys. iniBuilds A310, completely free if you have Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you enjoyed my sort of first flight in it in the sim. Really enjoyed it. You just need to get Microsoft Flight Simulator to fly it. There's great tutorial videos available on the iniBuilds YouTube website. I've streamed this aircraft multiple times. You won't get much detailed input from me because I'm not type rated on this aircraft, but I always have great fun flying it on stream, and we'll have many more fun sectors in the aircraft, I'm sure, in the future. Anyway, I've logged off of VATSIM. This will be my first time using the flight recorder in this aircraft. I'm not so sure how it's going to go down. Also, I think I've got the replay music working. Yes, I did. When I was preparing for the stream earlier, Streamlabs completely broken. I lost all the music, so I had to quickly reassign that, so it should all be good now. So let me start the recorder. So let me just stop recording and see what happens. I might need to reconfigure the plane. Replay. Okay. Yeah, it seems to have done it. The flaps are up though. Let me try and extend the flaps manually. That might be an issue during the replay. Let me put yourself on short final, see what it does. Remember, they're not always compatible. Yay! Flicking switches. Let me just go back onto stand and maybe open up a panel state. Let me just pause replay. Back onto stand. Stop replay. And load up a panel state. We've got to do replays, guys. Got to do replays. Panel state. Let's go for ready for takeoff. Activate. Ooh, spelled out every word there. I'm spamming the flap lever to get full flaps. Oh gosh, what's happened there? Oh, it's not like that at all. There we go. Full flaps now. I think the lights, we would have had all these on. So they are all on. Oh, it's already reconfigured these here. We'll try again. Flaps are slightly extending. Something that X-Plane does have is an excellent replay tool, which allows you to move the plane. There's the flaps going now. You shouldn't hear the flaps in the cockpit. I'd be very surprised if you could hear the flaps in the cockpit in the real thing. Maybe it's an immersion thing, they added the sound. Full config will fix it. Ting, 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 ting. Yeah, I've heard about that update there, Flight Control Replay. I have used that in the past. The payware one. Let's try again. That's better. Now it's configured, I think it's going to be a little bit happier. There we go. Perfect. Cue the funky replay music. So yeah, I was actually pretty happy with the approach. Obviously the aircraft had a little level off at 3,000, which I don't know what caused that. Oh, look at that. Stunning. Just go back a little bit here, because it keeps live time on, or whatever the time is. There we go. There's the extended approach lights. I can assure you they wouldn't be that high in real life. It is concerning. You're on very large stilts. Main gear just survived. Oh, the door's open. Disregard. Boom. Down. Yeah, cabin door is open. Well observed, Mikey Fisher. Something reverse thrust isn't working on the replay. Maybe I could do it manually. Yeah, I could control it still, so I could do that. Where you let an alpaca fly, Emirates. Look at the sunset though. Beautiful. Perfect. So I'm controlling the speed brake there. Look at them all jumping out to get off the plane. Every 100. Awesome. Well, I do miss the threshold point for the replay there. Excellent. Well, that's it, guys. What I'll do, I'll pop you here on final. Oh, that's sensational. Let me now find a nice view for you. What would be good here? I think probably that one. I know it's not the best overall because there isn't really any good cabin views to look outside the window. We'll go with that one there and press resume. There we go. So enjoy the tail view as if you're sat on the flights looking on the TV during landing, as you can on many Emirates jets, I believe. And there we go. That's the iniBuilds A310 available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have a few days coming off, so I will do some more fun streams. I think some group flights. We'll have a look at helicopters for the first time. The Hughes, Howard Hughes massive plane gliding. I think we can have some fun this week. Enjoy some of the updates as well. Awesome. So if you really enjoyed the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. To all the members, thank you very much for your continued support. Really appreciate it. Don't hesitate to contact me in Discord if you have any questions, or tag me up as usual. Enjoy what is left of the weekend, and I'll see you all very soon for another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Cheerio. Bye.
600.